Let's go.
Let's rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go.
Figgy, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rock, born and raised in the H-Town, Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go. In the jacuzzi, smoking threats. I got my feet up. Cut them haters off. I told them beat it. I don't need you. Spend 50 racks in cash, but it's all good. I got my visa. This rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto, nine Keisha. I beat it like a creature. She always like my sneakers. These Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go. I'm knocking them down, baby, back in the row. He really the one, but they already know. So none of my chains go put on the show.
Giving out gems, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. Need to back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10 toe down on the page. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Let's go. Gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone who still considers the Astros cheaters?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening. Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga. This nigga's scared.
Ain't nobody scared, man. I just told you I had a DJ Saturday night.
Fuck that shit.
What we call a tender dick nigga.
Look at my African American over here.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy New Year. I know it's mad late to be saying that, but you know it's always formal to say that when you return after a break. And Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that stuff. We are back at it. Another exciting edition of the Gems and Juice podcast. First podcast since before Christmas. Took a little holiday break. You know, had some things to do. Figgy had to go to Cleveland late last evening. So,
Plane out to Cleveland late last evening.
yeah. But we back at it. We got a lot to recap, a lot to discuss and talk about. The Texans still in it. Gonna get into that. Some new music came out. Some all kinds of crazy stuff happening in the world of sports and hip hop and entertainment and whatnot. So we're gonna get to that very shortly. But first off, let's do a wellness check as I see Figgy sipping on that hot tea. You know, trying to get right. How you been, bro?
Man, I've been pretty good, man. Happy New Year to everybody out there, man. I'm a little congested. I've been under the weather the last couple days, but man, I couldn't wait to do this podcast, man. It almost been like a month since we did this podcast, and I know people usually don't take breaks like that, but screw it, man. We doing this for the love of the game. Ain't like we get
Exactly.
this.
Yeah, sign us to a contract and we'll go ahead and work a schedule.
Yeah,
Until then, we on vibes.
Yeah, we'll do it more. we do it twice a week or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything been good, man. I'm motivated for 2026, and I'm super excited, man. The Texans got me super excited. So a good way to start 2026.
Yeah.
Like the Sworn City shirt.
Yeah, man. You see, we're repping hard over here. Very excited for the Texans in this next round of the playoffs. They beat the
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh. I don't know why I blanked on that. The Steelers. They took out A-Rod. They took out Tomlin too. So yeah, a lot of casualties in the last Texans playoff game. Captain Football on YouTube says, "Happy Divisional Friday, gentlemen. Hope everyone is looking forward to an amazing weekend. Well, everyone but Kyle Tucker. Yeah, we'll get to that Judas soon. We'll get to him in a second. Damn, fucking what's that I can't remember the name they call people who the traitors.
Oh,
not Judas is one of them, but also fuck, I can't remember it now. I'm blanking already.
Yeah, I was about to say Mike Fires. I think he's just a rat. I think they just call him a rat.
Yeah, true. But yes, we'll get to him shortly. First off, let's recap some of the Houston Texans developments since we last did our podcast. When we last did the podcast, the season was not over yet. The regular season was still going on. I think they had a couple games left.
Yeah.
We did not know. We were pretty sure they're going to end up in the playoffs. We did not know if they're going to be the division leader or in as a wild card spot. Of course, they got in the wild card. Jaguars immediately lost because they went against the Bills in the first round, which was very funny. And the Texans, for the first time, entered as a non-division winner in the playoffs.
First game on the road.
First game on the road to open up the playoffs in
this might be
franchise history.
I think this is their first road win, if I'm not mistaken. Either
it has to be
on the in the playoffs, yeah, because
it has to be because they've never won. They've never
got to an AFC championship game. Yeah.
So it has to be. So a lot of records being broken. A lot of records, the so-called Monday night streak that the Steelers had got broken. The never been to the playoffs as not being the AFC South champions has been broken. And hopefully we can break this curse of not being able to advance to the conference championship when we beat the Patriots on Sunday, 2 p.m. Lock in. So what are your thoughts in general? I'm not going to ask you to recap every game that the Texans have had, obviously, but what are your thoughts of the most recent game against the Steelers? We saw Aaron Rodgers struggle very low. I think they finished with 3 points, 30-3 or some shit like that. It was crazy. Defense played lights out. Offense, still worried about it. We were worried about the offense in the preseason. Now we're in the second round of playoffs, and we're still very worried about the offense. But CJ, for all his faults, he still came through at the end and got them the W. So, Figgy, in general, what are your thoughts about the Texans in their previous playoff games, and do you think they will advance past the Patriots on Sunday?
Yeah, so I think I just got to say, when they started the season, man, remember they started 0-3, ended up being 3-5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and I thought it was over. It seemed like everything's crashing down. D'Amico in the press conference, like, y'all good? he started getting a little snippy with Landry and DJ and all that.
Y'all never have nothing good to say about us.
Yeah. He said, y'all good? Man, this season was remarkable, man. I don't want to sit here and say this is their best season in franchise history because, I can't relate to the other good seasons they had because I think they had another season where they won 12 games. But this one got to be close to it, man. Just the defense alone, man, playing remarkable. And they won that game on Monday, that game versus the Steelers. They were like, I've never seen the defense look like this. And for the simple fact, the offense was struggling. I would say CJ Stroud was struggling. I don't want to sit here and say the offense overall because I felt like, as crazy as to say, the offensive line looked good, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. But it was a lot of fumbles from CJ Stroud, the bonehead interception. I just think the defense was playing so good, man. This is the type of defense that you can really get to a Super Bowl with. And I don't want to sit here and say CJ need to just play how he been playing because those type of mistakes could also lose you a game. But man, they've been playing so good. I'm super confident, man. I'm confident going into New England playing the Patriots. And I think they can really get to a Super Bowl with this type of defense. I think they really got it. The only thing is I'm just worried about CJ Stroud, man. And look, I'm not jumping off the bandwagon or anything like that, but the way he played, it was a little scary for me. And he made some good plays. He made some good plays in the game, but dude, I think any other team would take advantage of those mistakes. And so I think the defense really bailed the Texans offense out, man. I think they need to buy them dinner or something. But yeah, man, I'm super excited, and I feel like this is the one shot where the Texans could go all the way. And it was hard to say the last couple years because you had Lamar Jackson in the way, you had Patrick Mahomes in the way, Josh Allen right there. You had all of these type of quarterbacks that was in it. And this is the 1 year where there's no Lamar Jackson, there's no Patrick Mahomes. And I think this is the time where they actually could make a run, man. And so I'm super excited, and hopefully they get it done on Sunday.
Yeah. To be honest, this Patriots team does not scare me. Drake May, I saw him play against the Chargers. They barely squeezed that one out. This Patriots team doesn't scare me. I think the Texans can take this one. I'm not going to say easily because nothing comes easily for this team. Even the Steelers game, which you look at the scoreboard and say, okay, it was a blowout. No, it was not. If you watch that game live, it was very close until the end when the defense just poured it on with 2 defensive touchdowns, and then it just spiraled out of there. But, yeah, I think worst case scenario, the mistakes that CJ made last game get capitalized on by a team that can actually capitalize on it. You're not going to have a 40-plus-year-old Aaron Rodgers at quarterback anymore. All right. You got these young killers out there. And I don't know. I'm a little worried about that still. But the defense, this is the defense first team. I think that's their entire identity right now. And defensively, they can shut anybody anybody that's remaining in the playoff, they can shut them down, I believe. So looking forward to it, man. This is the most exciting. I've been working with the Texans for over a decade now, doing this radio stuff and working the games on Sundays. And this is the most excited I've been probably ever for the team, honestly. Because like you said, there was always somebody in the way before. Before it was Mahomes and Lamar, it was Tom Brady. And it's like, okay, eventually we're going to have to get to a point where we got to face the Patriots, and we knew it was going to end there. So, yeah, this is the most excited I've been. I'm very happy for the team. I like the energy of the city right now. The fans are so happy and into it. And it's just an exciting time to be a Houston football fan. So,
yeah, no, I agree, man. I think this is the right time for them to make a run, man. And hopefully, I just hope everybody stay focused. I hope nobody folds, because the one thing, as excited I am about this team right now, I will be extremely disappointed if they don't win. If they lose this game, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. And I feel like this whole season was a waste. And remember early on when we were talking about the Davis Mills comeback against the Jags.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I mentioned how it was like like one of the best comebacks in franchise history. But also I was kind of holding on to give it that label because I'm like, man, it depends what happens in the season. Because if they don't make the playoffs, then it's kind of like, oh, that was cool, but not really important. But now I feel like that's going to be a very important part of this whole story, even if they get to an AFC championship game. Like that part, like Davis Mills probably, you know, I don't want to crown him too much, but that alone, he probably deserved to, you know, never buy a drink in this town again, man,
mm-hmm.
because that kept the season alive. And I think we're gonna be going back to that if the Texans get further and further in the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. And I have to also reiterate that too. I think if the Texans don't make it to the AFC Championship, this season is a failure. I think the standards for football, and credit to D'Amico for raising it, because before we were in the dark ages where we were just lucky to even sniff the playoffs. Now we are the expectation has risen, and it's kind of like the Steelers, man. Like the Steelers, you imagine a lot of teams would kill to be the Steelers, as consistent as they were getting to the playoffs every year, no matter who was at quarterback. And they still called for Tomlin's head at the end of the season. So the expectations have risen, and that's D'Amico's credit. I will also have to say this. I take back everything I said about D'Amico that was bad. All right. I take it all back. I questioned if he was really the right guy for the to lead this team. Because offensively, I wasn't sure what was going on. And there seemed to be some kind of disconnect between D'Amico saying it was somebody's fault and then other players saying, no, we played this and that. But I take it all back, man. He has got this team primed and ready to go. So I retract all my negative statements about D'Amico, man. I take it all back. And I'm even wearing his signature shirt as a as an apology, man. So I'm sorry, D'Amico. I should have never doubted you, man. As a fellow bald black brother, we had to stick together.
Let me ask you this. I know it's too early to talk about this, but CJ Stroud, he looking for a contract, man. It's about that time. I think next year, I think they'd officially be open to contract talk. Do you feel confident just the way he been playing the last 2 years of giving them that contract? And I know it ain't gonna be a thing where you don't give him a contract and you move on. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel about him getting this big contract?
Now, if the Texans lost the last game, I would be a lot more negative and down on CJ. And I would be like, there's no way we can bring him back under a huge contract and handicap the rest of the development of the defense and the team to pay him big money. But now I've come back to earth on it, man. You have to remember he's had 2 offensive coordinators. He had a new offense this year, and he had a bad offensive line for a while. And he's got to get over that. He's got to get over some of these bad tendencies he's developed, but he's still very early in his NFL career. And I'm not going to give up on him yet. But he's got to show something. He's got to show something in the remaining games the Texans play this season, in this postseason. He's got to show something early next season for us to really be on board with him. If next season comes along and he's playing the way he played in general this season and last season, I'll be officially out at that point.
Do you feel confident though? Because I mean, like as much as you said, like I kind of agree with you, but in the back of my mind, I know they got to pay him anyway. They're not gonna string him along. You know who his agent is. He's gonna get the money regardless. It's pretty much gonna be like a Trevor Lawrence situation.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering. I don't know how confident I'm gonna be, because it'd be one thing if they get the right offensive coordinator for him, and that's to be determined to me, in my opinion. But like I'm not sure if it's CJ Stroud or if it's the offensive coordinator. So that's the part that worried me a little bit. I'm not sure if we saw a flash in the pan just in the rookie year. And he haven't been awful to the point where this ain't the quarterback, but to me, I felt like he been playing kind of average with some good plays in there. So I'm just, they gonna pay him regardless. That ain't the conversation, but I'm gonna be I'm just a little nervous at what we gonna get if we ever gonna get that rookie CJ Stroud again.
Yeah, but to your point about Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars, that was what everybody was saying. Even their fans were very upset with him. I was looking at their Reddit. I like to look at the Reddit fan pages after the Texans beat a team just to see what the vibe in the city is. And they were all like, everybody was complaining about Trevor. And they're like, this team is stuck because we paid him all this money and he sucks. And then look what happened after that game. Look how Trevor really turned it around out of nowhere and suddenly he was looking like the best quarterback in the division. So this could happen to CJ too. You know, I don't want to. I'm sick of the quarterback search. That's the issue. I'm sick of the quarterback search, man. We got lucky. We had Deshaun Watson. We thought we had our quarterback for the foreseeable future. Then that happened. So we got CJ and we're like, fuck, finally. We won't have to go through another Davis Mills season. We're locked in. We don't have to. We have our quarterback. I don't want to do that again, man. I'm getting a little sick of the quarterback search because it's such a crapshoot. You never know who's going to be good. Somebody could look like a superstar in college, get out there and be ass. So it's so hard to even find an average quarterback in the NFL right now. Yeah. So I'm not going to give up on him. If they got to pay him money, D'Amico likes him. I think the GM I think everybody likes CJ in the organization. I think Hannah McNair and Cal McNair are very high on him. I think they'll pay him the money. And really we got to see what they can do to keep the core together defensively after that happens. But I'm like I said, I'm in a much better mood since they won the Steelers game. So maybe I'm just a little delusional, but if they pay him, I would understand. I would get it.
Yeah, I think they are going to pay him. I don't even think that's a question because what's the other option?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I get it because I know a lot of people, even some people I know is talking about, I wouldn't pay Trevor Lawrence. Like, what are you going to do then? Who's going to do what he do? Like, what's a better option? The Browns did that with Baker Mayfield. Remember, people was down on Baker Mayfield at the time. I thought he was hurt, so that's why he was playing bad. And they decided to go get another quarterback and see how that worked out. So, yeah, man, I think, and the funny thing about the Baker Mayfield thing, people was crying about the possibility of him making $40 million a year as a quarterback. It was like, oh no, not Baker Mayfield. And they decided to move on from that. And now they paying the dude $230 million. And that ain't working out. So now I think they're gonna have to pay him regardless. But yeah, I'm just wondering what's up with CJ Stroud. I'm wondering what's going on. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if the league caught up to him. I hate to use that term. The league caught up to him, but I don't know if that's going on. I don't know if it's the offense, but you're gonna have to pay him regardless. So he's here, but I'm just wondering if this is a thing where you won't get that CJ Stroud again, the rookie year CJ Stroud.
I don't know if he'll ever play like that again. I just hope he takes care of the ball better than he has, especially in that Steelers game. He has to, that interception he threw was one of the worst I've seen him throw. Probably the worst interception I've seen him throw so far, man. It was so stupid to throw that. And I think he's still young. I think he desires that highlight play. I think he wants that Sports Center play. I think his attitude in general was kind of a little bit immature, I think. I saw that clip of him at the end talking to the Steelers fans saying, you mad? Like, come on, man. You the leader of this team. I know it's fun to talk shit, but you on TV, dog. You got to compose yourself a little more maturely than that. But I think he's just young and he wants the flashy play. He's got to learn to just calm the fuck down, throw the ball away if you have to. Even taking a sack would have been better than what he did there. So he just got to learn situational awareness. And I think that comes with time and coaching. So I think he will be a better quarterback next season and going forward. I don't think he'll ever be superstar rookie CJ Stroud level again at this point. I mean, we haven't seen it since then. So I don't think he'll ever play that well. I think he'll do enough to not lose you the game in the future, and the defense will take care of the rest. And that's all I'm asking at this point. I'm not asking for fucking rookie CJ no more. I just want somebody who doesn't turn the ball over frequently.
Yeah. Hey, and look, I would disagree with you because I want a little more, especially if you paying that much money for a quarterback. But if you got this type of defense,
exactly.
Hey, you ain't got to throw for 300 yards, man. Just make the right play and live to see another day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all we need. Just take care of the football at this point, man. Just take care of the football.
Yes.
So, yeah. In other news, you feeling any type of way about Mike Tomlin stepping down after that game?
I don't. I kind of do because I thought it was crazy. Pittsburgh fans was just so out. They've been out on him. Felt like for 10 years.
Yeah.
They've been out on him for a long time, and to their point, that's not their standard. Yes, he never had to lose a season, but no, he been losing in the playoffs 9 straight years. Like he haven't won a playoff game in a long time. Hell, the Browns won more playoff games than him, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's no excuse. But I feel like, man, I think the grass ain't always greener on the other side, man. I think he was kind of I guess a product of being too good, where they never in the running getting a franchise quarterback because of a bad season, and Pittsburgh need a quarterback. They need a quarterback. So, yeah, I think I was kind of shocked he stepped down, and I guess I got a little theory on why he decided to step down. Because did you know that Pittsburgh Steelers never fired a head coach in their existence?
They've only had 3, but no, I did not know that. It makes sense.
They only had 3. None of them was fired. So I think Chuck Noll was the first one ever. He was there. I forgot how long, maybe 24 years or something like that. I think he stepped down and retired. The other guy, Bill Cowher, he coached for a long time. He retired. And then Mike Tomlin. So I have a theory that they probably was going to fire him, but they gave him the option to step down, so they can probably keep the tradition going. That's just me. But yeah, man, this was kind of surprising. I ain't see this coming, especially with John Harbaugh getting fired too. I ain't think both of them would be out of here in the same year. So, yeah, I think I would say it's a little surprising for me.
Yeah, I'm not really like I was kind of either way it happened, I would have understood. Like, of course he come back because Pittsburgh never fires a coach, but then it makes sense that this was the time for him to go. And yeah, I don't know what the whole thing was with him stepping down, because from what I understand, it would have been better for him if they fired him, because he could go anywhere. But since he stepped down, Pittsburgh has his rights, so he can't sign anywhere else. Yep. Exactly. So that means he's not going to coach next year, basically. Because nobody's going to give up a draft pick for Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, that's the only way he'd go somewhere else. Somebody had to trade for him. I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but I thought if he sat out for the remainder of his contract, I think he will be good. Or unless maybe that's not it. Maybe you actually got to coach or do something for the rest of your contract. Because I thought if he sat out for the remainder 2 years of his contract, then he'd be good to go. But I'm guessing that's not it, because Sean Payton, I think he sat out for a little bit, and they still had to trade for him.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how the rules on that work. I gotta look that up. I don't really care that much to find out, but that is interesting that I saw, that it would have been better for him if he wanted to coach again. It would be better if they fired him. So that just tells us he hasn't planned to coach really probably in the near future. He apparently is going to the media, going to TV. And we'll see. Hopefully he's more entertaining on TV than he is in his press conferences, where he just looks pissed off all the time. So we'll see about that. But yeah, man. So shout out to Mike Tomlin, been doing it for a long time, man. Also, I know you don't really rep the Browns no more, and I don't blame you. But there was another coach firing, man. 2-time coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski, was let go as well. Noted Shador hater, according to the internet, apparently. Do you have any thoughts about that? I mean, I thought this guy was going to be the one for you and for the Browns, I mean, and yeah, they cut ties already.
Yeah, I think it was time, man. I still think he's a good coach, but just that situation, I think the whole Deshaun Watson thing messed everything up. And no quarterback. You could tell he probably didn't want to draft Shador. You could tell he was more of a Dylan Gabriel guy. I think at that point, it's kind of like the Mike Tomlin thing where you just need a change. And I think they just needed a new voice, man. Yeah, I think it was time. I don't know who the hell they gonna hire, but you could just tell that. I guess his voice wasn't the same. Just after a while, man. I think they just need the whole new regime. What I am shocked at is they didn't fire their GM.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and from I saw what the owner said. The owner had a press conference, and he was pretty much bragging about the recent draft he had, which was a good draft. He hit on almost all his picks outside of the Dylan Gabriel and maybe Shador. I don't know. That's kind of up in the air, but he hit on all of his picks. So the owner was bragging about that. It's just like, okay, so what about the Deshaun Watson trade?
What about the worst trade in NFL history?
Yeah,
so far.
Yeah, so I didn't really understand that part. So yeah, that was a little confusing to me. But yeah, man, I salute to them, I guess. I wonder where the funny thing about when coaches get fired. First of all, it's kind of shocking. He was a 2-time coach of the year.
Yes, which is why people are talking about D'Amico being screwed over for that award. I think that award is cursed. If you look at the list of people who have won the awards in like the past 5, 10, I think the only one still with his team is Sean McVay. Yeah. Everybody else has been fired, usually like a couple seasons after they won Coach of the Year, which really means it's a fluke award. If you bring a shitty team to a winning record, you get Coach of the Year.
Yeah. I'm looking at the Coach of the Year now. So last year was Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, he's still with them.
He's still with them, but he got destroyed in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and didn't have a good year this year. Kevin Stefanski, and we seen how that happened.
Yeah.
Brian Dable, that didn't end well.
Yep.
Mike Vrabel, he got a team. I mean, he got another job now, but Tennessee wasn't the same after that. Kevin Stefanski again, John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
Sean McVay, he's still with the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Garrett. None of these the only people that won the Super Bowl was Sean McVay.
Yep.
During the time they've been Coach of the Year. I know John Harbaugh won the Super Bowl too, but that was before he won Coach of the Year, I want to say.
Wait, what happened with Brian Daboll winning Coach of the Year when the Giants went 9-7-1? What the hell was that about?
I have no idea, man. I don't know.
You look at all these records are like at least double digits. 14-3, 11-6, 12-5. And then Brian Daboll won in 2022 with a 9-7-1 record with the Giants.
Yeah.
Fucking biased New York media, man.
That's exactly what it was. But yeah, man, that's why I wasn't crying too much when D'Amico didn't win it. And honestly, I'm cool if he don't. I mean, I would love for him to get some love for it. But some of the greatest coaches or some of the good coaches didn't win it. So
Mike Tomlin never won Coach of the Year.
That sounds insane.
He never won Coach of the Year. That's crazy.
Where's Andy Reid? Andy Reid, or he had
Andy Reid's not. I think he with the Eagles. I think he won in 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Belichick won it twice.
I think he won three times actually.
3 times.
Yeah.
I'm looking now. Yeah. Yeah. So I ain't gonna put too much stock into it, man. But just look at this list that Kevin Stefanski is linked with for winning it multiple times. He's on here with Don Shula, Bill Belichick, Chuck Knox, George Allen, Mike Ditka. He's on here with
here with some legends, man.
Yeah.
Parcells. Yeah, Kevin Stefanski, one of the greatest coaches in NFL history, apparently.
If you do this to some Browns, with the Browns, I guess you are a legend. But go ahead.
This award is kind of like the comeback player award, how it got corrupted to where it is supposed to be like a player that came back from injury or something that really messed up their career. But then they turned it into, oh, you sucked last year, but now you're good again. It's like they gave it to Joe Flacco just because he played. Yeah. And that's what this Coach of the Year award is now. It's not, oh, you clearly have the best team in the NFL and you coached them well. It's your team sucked before you got there. Then you got there and got them a winning record. So now you're Coach of the Year.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy. But I say all that to say, I hate when people, whenever a coach like that get fired, they be like, oh, he'll have a job in 5 minutes. And then the motherfucker don't coach the rest of the year. Don't get a job.
What happened to Bill Belichick, remember?
Yeah.
He's supposed to have a job immediately.
Yeah. They said the same thing about Kevin Stefanski. Now I know he still could have a job, but that motherfucker interviewed for like 7 jobs, man.
Mm-hmm.
John Harbaugh had a job in 5 minutes. That was quick. He wasn't even fired a week.
Yep.
And he got a job real fast. But I hate when people be like, oh, yeah, 2-time Coach of the Year. It just feel like it's all, everybody got the same agent. So they all trying to prop him up. It's like, oh, yeah, 2-time Coach of the Year. He'll have a job in 5 minutes. This is like, all right, sure.
Yeah, that award don't mean nothing now. I think Kevin Stefanski has officially ruined it. He has ruined the integrity of the Coach of the Year award, man. Nobody's gonna take that shit seriously anymore. So yeah. Let's get into some other sports, man. We gotta talk about Kyle Tucker. First off, good news for the Astros. They did sign Japanese star pitcher Tatsuya Imai, I think it's pronounced Imai or Imai, something like that. But all the anime I watch, you think I know these fucking Japanese names, but I don't. Tatsuya Imai is now with the Houston Astros. I like his energy. They toured him around like he was a foreign diplomat or something. They brought him to the Texans game. They brought him to the Rockets game. He seems to love the city. Threw up the H. Yep. And so, yeah, I'm very excited to have that. Glad that the Daikin everybody hated that name, the Daikin, from Minute Maid Park to Daikin Park or whatever the fuck it's called. But apparently they were the ones who kind of masterminded bringing him over here. So, yeah, shout out to Daikin.
Yeah.
And so good news there for the Astros. But we got to talk about the turncoat, Kyle Tucker, who signed with the Dodgers and the number one ops, and not even just Houston, but now all of baseball is sick of them.
Yeah.
And now after this has happened, people are calling for a lockout. The fans are calling for a lockout. Fans are saying enough of this shit. We need a salary cap. The Dodgers can't just get everybody good in the league and have them on their team. This is not fair. And they already got potentially the greatest player of all time in Ohtani. Now you're going to get every good other good player in the league too. So, Yeah, it is very funny how this was like the turning point. This is what that set people over the edge with the shenanigans going on with the Dodgers and their crazy payroll where you just get anybody. So, what are your thoughts about this, Figgy? Do you think that Kyle Tucker should be banned from any bar in Houston going forward?
To be honest, man, and maybe this is just me, but I mean that's a lot of money. He's getting paid $60 million a year, man. And I think it's kind of corny. He went to the Dodgers, who just won the championship. Yes, but I can't tell that man not to take $60 million a year. He got like a 4-year contract for like $250 million or something crazy. And look, man, as much as I hate that, I can't be mad at Kyle Tucker, man. Just remember all the shit he went through when he was here with the arbitration and not the Texans, but the Astros not wanting to pay him and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and they're getting traded. Look, man, he got that money was well deserved for him. So I can't really be mad at that. However, even as far as the Dodgers, man, in a weird way, I want to see them keep doing this because I want to see the end of it. I want to see how it looked towards the end where they just, because it got to be some type of ending to it, right? It can't just be a thing, just pay all this money and we all good. It's kind of like how people want to see the ending of the Browns and Deshaun Watson when that get towards the end, when the salary cap just kick their ass. Because I really want to see how the Dodgers handle all this, because they paying all these people right now, but they kicking the can down the road. So they deferring a lot of money to years later. So I kind of want to see, I just kind of want to see them keep doing it, see what happened. But also in the back of my mind, I kind of wish our team did some shit like that. They ain't got to go berserk, but I kind of wish they got in on free agents like this too, where they could just say, you know what, that's the best free agent on the market, let's pay him. Like I kind of like how the Dodgers are running as I got all this fuck you money, but I just hate that it's the Dodgers, man. Like, damn, y'all ain't taking no fucking break. Y'all just won it last year. And y'all still acting, y'all out here spending money like y'all didn't win it. So, like, I kind of respect them just going out, just giving everybody a big contract and just getting the best players. But, yeah, I'm not, but I say all that to say I'm not really mad at Kyle Tucker. I hate that it was the Dodgers that gave him all that money, but I can't be mad at him for taking $60 million a year. I think he's the second highest paid player in Major League history, or in Major League right now. Like I can't be mad at that, man. Hell, I play for the Dodgers if they give me that. But yeah, man, I kind of want to see how this all ends, and it kind of make it motivate, because shit, the Dodgers almost lost. They almost lost the World Series. I think it would be better to see them lose a World Series or get knocked out of the playoffs with that high ass salary. So it don't bother me like it do a lot of people. Like I'm not sitting there saying need to be a lockout or we need a salary cap and that type of stuff, because I still feel like they beatable. They almost got beat, but I just hate the Dodgers, man. I just don't care about the Dodgers like that.
No, I feel you, man. I'm half joking. I get why he took the money. Anybody will take the money over some kind of loyalty to a team or franchise. I get you hate somebody when you don't play for them, but then it's a professional sports, man. It's not some high school shit. So I get it. Senor Buble or Senor E or Senore, if I'm messing that up, my bad, man. Senor Buble says, "Word up, great people. What's going on, dog? Hope you're doing well." You said he's starting to look like Tuck didn't want to be here. Well, I mean, we know how the Astros feel about giving older players long-term contracts. We saw it happen with Correa. We saw it happen with Springer. Like they don't pay money like this, and the Dodgers did. So I get it. But yeah, I've seen some talk about how apparently the Dodgers are exploiting some kind of loophole where they don't have to pay as much TV revenue. And their TV revenue is crazy because they're big worldwide, and so there's some kind of loophole where they don't have to pay as much of a percentage from the TV rights to the MLB or whatever, so they have more money stocked up so they can just spend whatever to get whoever. And that's being noted as kind of unfair. But I mean, that's just capitalism in business. All right. That every top 5 CEO has done some shit like this. So I don't know. If you could do it, do it. But yeah, I think you're muted, Figgy.
Oh, my bad. I say if I was another team, I'd be trying to do the same thing if I want to win.
Yeah. I get it.
That's the jealousy part too, man. Where I'm just like, dang, why we can't do like? I mean, we used to throw the parade about the Japanese pitcher we got,
yeah,
which is cool. But how great would it be when it's a big name on the market like Shohei Ohtani, and the Astros say, you know what? Let's throw $500,000 and get Shohei Ohtani. Like I want to be part of that type of stuff. That's the part that I'm a little jealous at. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I'm not really mad at Kyle Tucker. Like I said, I just hate that it's the Dodgers. Like I don't even know if I would be that mad if it was the Yankees. I just hate that it's the Dodgers doing this shit.
I mean, personally, I like the homegrown talent. I like us bringing in or drafting people or getting people in and developing them and seeing them turn to superstars rather than us just getting, oh, big name, come on here, like the Yankees did before and how the Dodgers do. I prefer us to have like homegrown talents. And I think that's more rewarding to see because you really see them develop and grow. Versus when you bring in a huge star, you're expecting, oh, you better be great. And if you have a off game, then we're on your ass. So personally, I would rather see that. And the Astros had been good at that. I don't know if they'll keep being good at that, but that's how they built their championships. And so I don't know, man. But I can't be mad at the Dodgers that they could do it. But it's also sickening. You don't want to see it's like the Lakers and back in the day, everybody wanted to go to the Lakers, everybody wanted to go to the Celtics, everybody wanted to go to the Knicks. Like y'all got to spread the love around a little bit, man. It's better to have superstars in every team or most teams than to just stockpile them all on the one. So
I wonder how much the Dodgers salary is right now.
Shit, man. Got to be something ridiculous. Let's see.
Yeah.
Dodgers salary 2026. Current payroll allocations $287,837,861. Now I don't know if that's including Kyle Tucker already or not. Oh, it is. So yeah. Their projected cash payroll, $196 million. Projected total tax, $413 million. I don't know what these fucking numbers mean, man. I'm not some Moneyball nigga, so
yeah,
I'm not gonna.
I'm over here trying to figure it out too.
Yeah, let the nerds parse this stuff out, man. I don't care that much, but yeah. And they have the money. They're very popular. I'm sure they sell all their games. So huge international money too. So
yeah,
man, do what you can. But I won't be surprised. See, the thing I'm wondering is it the league official people in the league and the owners calling for a lockout, or is it just the fans? Because I remember everybody thought there was going to be an NBA lockout when all the super team stuff went on, and it never happened.
Yeah.
But they did institute some rules like the apron and all that stuff to kind of circumvent all that shit. But I'm everybody calling for a lockout makes me think there's going to be no lockout.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think people complaining, and as much as Kyle Tucker is good at baseball, I don't think it's the end of the world, man. I don't think it's the end of the world. Like I said, last season, the Toronto Blue Jays probably should have won it, man. They were right there. They could have easily won, and it would have been a different story. It would have, maybe they still would have signed Kyle Tucker, but it would have looked a little different. We would have been laughing at the Dodgers for spending all this money and not winning. So, I still think I still think some teams might have a chance, man. I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think it's like Kevin Durant going to Golden State. So I don't think it's like that. But I kind of get it, man. I'm curious what I feel like I wonder if the owners really feel like it should be some type of salary cap. Because I'm sure you got some owners that's like, damn, that's not fair. I'm sure the Yankees probably crying about it because they used to be the ones to spend.
Yeah.
And now they getting outbidded. But teams like the Guardians and cheaper teams that don't spend no money, I'm sure they totally fine with this, with the way it is. I'm sure they totally fine out spending a lot of money and being cheap.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what the vibe is with the owners. We got to wait for some reporter to snitch on them and leak all their conversations. But I don't know, man. We'll see if the lockout ends up being true. If people are really sick of this, but yeah, the Dodgers looking mighty unbeatable right now, man. To the point where it will be a disappointment for them if they don't end up in the World Series every year at this point. The way they're snatching everybody up, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if they can live up to those expectations. You mentioned the Rockets looking bad. I hadn't tapped in. I looked at their record. I mean, the record's not terrible, but they have lost to some horrible teams I've seen lately.
Yeah,
which is troubling.
They've been bad the last couple games, man, and I think it's starting to be shown that they need a point guard. I never thought I say these words, but they miss Fred VanVleet.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to him, but you would think having Kevin Durant and Amen Thompson and all that, you think you'd be fine. But they offense been real bad, man. To the point I saw somebody on Twitter. I think it was Roosh. Was take it for a grain of salt. He be overreacting a lot, but he was even like, "Man, this team is bad." So I don't know what's going on, man. A lot of people started to look at Ime a little bit. So they've been looking a little rough, man. They got beat up by OKC last night.
Yeah, I saw that, and I mean that's OKC, but they have lost 4 of their 5 last games. They lost to the Trailblazers twice. They lost to the Kings, and how do you lose to Sacramento? 9-30.
Yeah,
they got blown out by them, 111-98.
Yeah,
I'm very worried that they're struggling against the worst teams in the league. So. I don't know if they're just playing down to their competition or just really struggling. But yeah, some of these losses are kind of inexplicable, man.
Yeah, they offense not looking.
They lost to the Clippers too earlier.
Yeah,
before Christmas.
They lost offense not looking as good, man. And so it's still early. We ain't even that All-Star break yet. It's still a lot of time left, but I don't know. I thought they would be at least competing with the OKCs and all that stuff. I seen a stat or their record against some of the good teams in the league, and I think they were like 1-7. I want to say that's including San Antonio, OKC. I forgot who else, but they're 1-7 against those teams, and that's not good.
Yeah. Senor says, I think people are panicking between injuries and trying to build chemistry. They will be all right. So that's the thing. It's a long season. I remember well, the Astros were struggling, we quit on them. When the Rockets struggle, we quit on them. And then suddenly they can turn things around. So, yeah, it's not particularly early in the season anymore, but they got time to right the ship. They got the veteran leadership in Durant, who I still see on Twitter every day. Last I saw him, he was making excuses for the fans who show up late to games. And
cringy, man.
Yeah, yeah.
This, man, this is not normal.
Yeah,
they're trying to make this normal.
Yeah, and the excuse of the traffic. I get Houston traffic is bad, but Lakers games be packed when tip off starts. All right, I don't want to hear that from the Houston in general, and even NRG, which is still a little hard to get into, but not that bad. And Texans games are the same way. People not in their seats when the ball's in the air to tip off the game. So, yeah, it's a Houston issue. I'm not going to blame traffic. I'm not going to blame ticket prices. It's a Houston thing in general, and we got to get better at that. But
yeah, and I think the troubling thing is because the person that originally tweeted that video was saying, "Wow, this is an arena that has Kevin Durant here, Kevin Durant on your team, and this arena is empty." And I thought that was a good point. I thought Kevin Durant would be that person when he's like, "Oh, I got to go out there to see Kevin Durant play." I thought he was kind of, not maybe on the level of a LeBron as far as like the way people like fans and all that stuff, attraction. But I thought Kevin Durant would bring that here to Houston, as people got to get there so they can see Kevin Durant. But they treated it like they won 9 games, and it's kind of wild.
Yeah. Senor says Houstonians got shit going on and we don't dick ride stars. That's not true, man. That's not true, because when LeBron come through, the shit be packed. When Kobe came through, the shit was packed. All right. Houston definitely does dick ride stars, just not Houston ones. Because we have so many out of towners here that, you see when there's a like with the 49ers Texans game. Yeah. That was basically a 49ers home game. How many fans came through and packed it out?
Yeah, or even like Yankees games. When the Yankees come in town, it's a lot of New Yorkers that move to Houston, man.
Yes.
And they come out of nowhere.
And there's a lot of Houston born and raised people who are fans of other teams from other cities and states. That's another thing we don't talk about enough. There's a lot of Houston-born Lakers fans. All right. I know a good number of them, and I always talk shit, but their excuse is always, "Oh, I'm just a fan of Kobe, man. I'm just a fan of Kobe." Well, Kobe, rest in peace, ain't here no more. And you still a Lakers fan?
Yeah.
I'm a LeBron fan. Oh, are you a LeBron fan in Cleveland? No, you're a Lakers fan, man. It's you still, but that's the problem. There's two. The fan experience seems to be like the people who root for Houston sports. Where are they at to represent? That's where I'm asking. Where are they at to represent when we have a famous other franchise come through? If we were really representing like that, we'd be there outnumbering them, not selling our tickets. And this is going to a bigger conversation. I feel like Houston has high key lost its identity. We have lost our identity as Houston. We are more of a melting pot of a lot of people who came in, especially during COVID and other things that happened that brought in a lot of transplants to the city. And now our culture is a little bit lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
James Harden did have the arena packed, but that was a special Rockets team. But yeah, fair point. James Harden did that. I mean, they're dick riding that star, to your point. But James Harden did have the arena packed out. Honestly, this is another thing too. I don't think Kevin Durant is as good as he is. I don't think he's as popular with NBA fans as people think he is.
Yeah, that's where I misunderstood, because I thought he was. I thought he was going to be like that attraction where it's like, oh, I got to go out to Toyota Center to see Kevin Durant play. I thought he was one of those. And we talked about it a bunch of times, like who are those type of NBA players where it's like who you got to go out there and see. Like me, I would love to go out there and see the Greek Freak. I love to go out there and see him. I would love to see LeBron, obviously. There's a couple people you'll see. I thought Kevin Durant was in kind of in that category where people will go out there to see him. But I don't think so.
Yeah, it's I don't think he has the clout that we thought he would have coming here. I think that Golden State shit really soured a lot of people, and I get it. What up, Paul? Paul Gallant says 3 sports radio stations somehow too. Yeah, we know Paul is a huge fan of the Rockets. You know, been supporting them for a long time. He loves the team. He's always there at the Toyota Center on tip-off.
I thought he was a Celtics fan.
Nah, he has beef with the Rockets. I'm fucking with him. He hates the Rockets. Going back to when he was at 6'10", and we had Rockets games there. But yeah, man, it's I don't know. There's no excuse for this showing up late to games. I know ticket prices are higher, but they're high everywhere. And it's not like niggas in Houston don't got money, all right? The way y'all flex for the gram.
Yeah.
Nah, y'all people in Houston got money, man. I'm sure if our salaries are among the highest in the country. So they just don't.
It's crazy too, because when I was up in Cleveland for the holiday, I went somebody invited me to a Cavs game. And I'm like, I'll go there. I got there kind of 30 minutes early just to make sure, because I didn't know how traffic was gonna be and all that. And I walked over. And man, people was there, man. Like I'll talk about when everything pre-warm-ups and all that stuff started, everybody was there. It was kind of weird to me, man. I couldn't believe it. And the crowd, and once tip-off happened, it was just rocking, man. I ain't felt nothing like that in a long time. Or at least not since the Rockets was in the playoffs. But yeah, I'm just like, man, this is how it should be, man. It should be packed, man. And a lot of people had this team as a contender this year. It wasn't like it was a rebuilding team and nobody gave a damn. So it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of wild, man.
Yeah, no, it is, man. Paul says, I like him more now. I just hated Harden. Nah, man, you did not like the organization because it's in general. But look, if you're gonna work with the Rockets, I get it. All right, I take it all back. But nah, yeah, beef with them, dude. Don't you didn't like the organization, but I get it. There like there was some stuff that went on with the Rockets in 6'10" back in the day. I don't even know the specifics, but yeah, it was a little rough.
I think honestly, a lot of people kind of had an issue with the way Daryl Morey was rolling.
Yeah, I think it was really him. He used to listen to sports radio a lot, and he would call in and shit. And yeah. So.
And even just the whole, he was just so obsessed trying to beat the Golden State Warriors, and just the way Mike D'Antoni was running the team and no defense type deal. It was really like playing a video game with them. So I think a lot of people, not to mention a lot of people didn't like Harden. They felt like he was I guess back then he was the SGA. Just can't be stopped type deal, and free throws and all that stuff, which I don't think is true. But people was kind of looking at Harden like how we look at SGA right now.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of that has something to do with it. Like I never had a problem with the Rockets and nothing like that, but I could see why people did have a problem, because they just didn't like James Harden.
I want to say, didn't Tillman Fertitta call Gallant at one night too? Or was that a fever dream? I want to say he called the show one night. I thought he did. I don't think I was doing the show at the time, but I thought Tillman Fertitta called Gallant at night because Paul was going on some kind of crazy rant about the Rockets. But maybe I imagine that shit, man. It was a while ago. Oh, that's right. He called when Mark Ryan was doing his show. That's right. Oh, I forgot about that. Hope that dude's doing well, man.
Mark Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Mark Ryan was crazy, man. Mark Ryan was insane. But I do remember he did call when Mark Ryan filled in. I forget what he's even talking about, but yeah, he has some wild takes.
Tillman he listens a lot, man. He be listening a lot. It's a couple times where not recently, but back in the day, we'd be saying something, and then we'd get a text from him to somebody pretty much saying, "No, this is how we do." Da, da, da. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you was listening. Nah, he listen a lot.
He's tapped in. Paul says we caught up not too long ago. He seems to be doing great in Detroit. Good for him, man. Good for him. Actually, I hated him at first when I worked with him. I think the first day I thought he was a crazy guy, but I actually grew to like him. He was actually a very genuine guy, Mark Ryan. And I don't know, something about him. I like how he could easily get people riled up with his insane takes at times, but he will present himself in a very calm manner, and I actually end up liking him in the end. So I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah, I remember the one time. I think he got people riled up so bad here in Houston when he was talking about Jose Altuve. I think he liked another woman's picture on Instagram.
Oh,
remember that?
Yes.
I think he might have been working.
Yes,
he might have been he might have been producing that day or that night. I'm like, what?
Oh man.
I think it did. Of course, it's Tiger Woods' take.
Yes, I was gonna say the same. Like, that's just how he is. He thinks anybody cheating on their wife or stepping out or even implying that you're talking to other women is like the worst offense you can make, and it takes away all your athletic accomplishments.
Yes,
if you cheat on your wife or something. That's why Tiger Woods is no longer the GOAT. She has some friends upstairs. Yeah. Yeah. That was a crazy night. I remember that. He made a huge deal about that. Like, all right, man. But I'm glad he's doing well, man. Glad Mark Ryan's doing good over there.
Yeah.
Is that about it for sports, man? We covered Kyle Tucker. Yeah. Time to get into some new releases, man. Some music. An hour into the show, getting into some hip hop, man. So time for some new hip hop releases that came out this past week. And I was shocked this did not set off a notification alarm for Figgy. I'm shocked that he didn't have his phone didn't go off with that nuclear alarm. You know, when you set the alarm, it's like a nuke going off. Yeah. To alert him that A$AP Rocky finally dropped his album 8 years after the last release, Testing, which was critically mixed. I didn't like it. Figgy and our other co-host at the time, Jules, I think y'all liked it. But it was a little bit mixed reception. He dropped his next album finally after kind of teasing it and saying he's going to drop it. It was supposed to drop last year. He had the pre-orders come out and everything. He had the vinyls all set up. Then he canceled it and refunded everybody. And everybody was just thinking at this point it would never come out. He finally dropped it. His album, Don't Be Dumb, did release. I took a quick listen to it, and I liked it. Honestly, man, I'm not the biggest A$AP Rocky fan, but I liked it. I think it was short enough. It was 17 tracks with a couple of like little interludes and all that. Few unexpected little collaborations. He had a song with Doechii, and it was a very funny song, a very jazz-inspired song, surprisingly. Did not sound like the typical A$AP Rocky type thing. I think it's what's it called? Robbery. Yeah, Robbery is the Doechii song.
Did he have Rihanna? Because I didn't look at the track list. Did he have Rihanna on it at all?
No. unless she did some ad libs that I missed, she was not on the album.
Oh, she wasn't featured on. Okay.
No.
So for those who don't know, we were talking about this. I didn't even know he dropped the album until you told me before we started the stream. And that kind of worried me a little bit because I was on social media like normal, didn't see his name pop up not one time, man. So I was like, damn. So when you said that, I'm like, damn, nobody talking about this album. So that had me worried a little bit. So I'm glad you thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was. It's not bad. I liked it. There are some, of course, disses. He addresses Drake. He addresses Travis Scott. There's some shots, bars. Basically, to sum it up, he talks about you just mad because I got your bitch or she's my bitch now, talking about Rihanna.
Goodness.
And then he also calls out Travis Scott for stealing his sound and stealing his flow. And that they got beef now too, apparently. Yeah, exactly. And also A$AP Rocky did some interviews during this whole rollout, and he downplayed any kind of beef. They asked him about Drake, and he kind of said, hey, that person and some people, sometimes relationships just kind of fall apart, and I don't really know why. And they ask him if it's about Drake, and he's like, it's about whoever feels that type of way. Like, all right, man, we playing this game again. After Kendrick and Drake finally ended the whole subliminal diss shit, we're doing this again where we play games about who we're dissing. All right, whatever. But good album, man. Production is good. I thought the best beat was what was it? I forget. No, what Stay Here for Life, which I believe had somebody on it. But the end of that song had the best beat, I think, on the album, but it was just an instrumental and it wasn't its own song and there was no rapping on it. And I hate when people do that. If they have like an interlude, that's a great song that would sound great if somebody rapped on it. But it was just a little intermission or whatever. It's just a little instrumental. So that kind of sucked. Also, if you look at this album on YouTube, he did something kind of creative with it. He did 360 videos for every song on the album. So, for example, if you load up Helicopter, you'll see him rapping, but if you move your phone around, you can see other stuff going on. There's like a police fighting with the guy. There's a helicopter at the top. And he did this for every song on the album. I thought that was pretty creative.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's cheaper than doing an actual music video because it was just him and a bunch of other people on a black screen. There's no kind of visual effect going on besides that. Yeah. But I thought that was pretty creative, man. I haven't seen anybody do anything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. So if you want to check it out on YouTube on your phone, you will see some cool little effects and videos and stuff. And you can move your phone around and see different angles and stuff. So shout out to him for that. I thought that was pretty creative.
Okay.
And yeah, overall, man, as somebody who's not a huge A$AP Rocky fan, I like the album. I'm not going to say it's worth waiting 8 years for. I'm not going to say it's my favorite A$AP Rocky album because it's not. But it's a good listen. It's a good listen. Good songs on here. Yeah, I fuck with it. I can't say it's bad. There's some, of course, weird songs on it. The STFU song is him in his Playboy Cardi bag, I guess, trying to be weird with it. You know, you always got to have that one song. Speaking of which, apparently Playboy Cardi filed for a cease and desist for his verse on Helicopter.
Really?
Yeah. Which surprised me because I thought they were cool. I mean, A$AP Rocky is the one who kind of broke Cardi into the industry. So I was surprised at that. I know Cardi is very wishy-washy about his features and verses and don't want to clear shit, but I didn't think he'd do that to A$AP Rocky. I thought they were close and cool like that. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, overall, good album, man. Worth a listen. Figgy, I want to get your take on that. So definitely listen to it, and we'll get your take on it next week after it's, you know, kind of settled down and gives you your full attention. But
yeah, no,
our first listen, I liked it.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna talk about it next week when I hear it. I'm gonna play it after we finish this podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Senor says they hijacked the algorithm to Figgy. They hijacked Figgy's algorithm. Yeah, they might have. Elon is hating. Elon said, "Look, we don't want to promote no black artists on Twitter no more."
Yeah, I keep yeah. One thing I hate about the algorithm now is as soon as you hit one tweet, you
Yes,
start seeing the same shit for that one tweet.
yes,
Like, dog, I wasn't even interested in that. I might have hit that by mistake, and I keep seeing the same shit, man.
that's what.
I clicked on. I didn't mean to click on it, but I guess Martin responded to Ari Lennox talking about the whole algorithm thing, and I clicked on that by mistake. I'm like, oh shit, because I knew he wasn't gonna say nothing about it, and I was kind of over the conversation. So that's all I kept seeing on my timeline was people responding to that and just keeping the conversation going. I'm just like, fuck, I wasn't even trying to talk about that or see that shit.
Yeah, no, you have to be very careful about what you click on Twitter, because I'm really bad at that too. Sometimes there's tweets that I know are just engagement bait, but I want to see the replies. So I click on it and I'm like, fuck, because then I leave it and then I see 100 other tweets just like it. And I'm like, fuck, I should not have even clicked on that. I shouldn't have pressed or anything or done any kind of interaction. I should have blocked it or muted it and moved on.
Yes.
But you have to be very careful of what you engage with, what you click on Twitter, because it will give you a lot more like that, which is kind of a good thing if you want, let's say, if you're tired of politics and you want to see more hip hop stuff or you want to see more funny videos, if you can easily change your algorithm to show mostly that. But it gets annoying when you click a tweet, just some engagement, rage bait, and then that's all you get for like the whole day. So yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Senor also says, I appreciated the different sounds of the album from what's been coming out. Yeah, it does feel kind of fresh, man. Rocky said it feels like 2011 ASAP Rocky, and it does not. But it does sound good. And I think since he hasn't dropped in a long time, it is refreshing just to hear him drop anything. So yeah, I did think it sounded good. You also asked if we heard the new Big Crit. Nah, man. We actually talked about Big Crit maybe on our last podcast. It's one of those rappers where we hear a lot about and everybody says you got to check him out. And I have, but he's just not a rapper I check for every new release. Yeah. I do like, he's like Jid,
He's like the new underground. That underground guy where it's just like, hey, you gotta check him out. Like, oh no, I'm listening to Big Crit.
Yeah.
Like that person. Like you in it, like you're a real hip. You that honestly, and this is no shade, but that's how Bun B was for us in Cleveland. Like if somebody say, "Oh, you listen to MGK, or UGK," then it's like, oh, "Okay, you're a real hip hop fan now. You in some underground shit now." I feel like he's kind of like I ain't gonna say UGK or nothing, but he's like that underground cat that's like, oh, I'm listening. You heard that new Brick Crit? Yeah, that's what I'm listening to. That's like some exclusive type shit.
It's kind of like having Scarface in your top 5.
Yeah.
If you have Scarface in your top 5, that means you're a real hip hop head.
Yeah,
and if like, of course, everybody has like Tupac, everybody has Biggie, everybody has Nas and Jay-Z, maybe. But if you have Scarface, oh, you tapped in. You know, real hip hop, huh? So, and I love Scarface, man. I love Scarface. I do think he's top 5 talent, but it does seem like people pick him just to. I'm not saying you do this with Big Crit, but I'm saying he does seem like that person people put in their top 5 just to look like, yeah, I'm really about this hip hop shit,
Yeah.
I don't just go for the commercially popular people.
Yeah. J. Cole used to be that at one point.
Yeah, then he got too famous.
Popular. Yeah, he's too popular now. I think Kendrick was that at one point.
Yep.
It's too popular. But I feel like Big Kurt is that he's that guy that's like, oh, Yeah, I ain't listening to no commercial stuff. I'm listening to underground shit.
Yeah, but Big Crit is dope, man. We're not making fun of him. We're saying he's dope. Like I like his music. He's just not somebody I check for as regularly as I probably should. But I do like his music, man. I think he's a good rapper. He makes good songs, but just one of those rappers I gotta really make a conscious attempt to really tap into because he doesn't really pop up on my shit that often. But I fuck with Big Crit, man. I can't say nothing bad about him.
What's his new album? I'm gonna check his new. I'll check his new album out.
Yeah, we got to get into the underground, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, man. Because what's his new?
I don't see nothing new from Big Crit on YouTube music. Maybe it came out on something else.
Look like he got something. It's dedicated to Cataly Biarritz.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the album that came out December 5th.
Okay, that must be it then. I don't see it on streaming though.
Okay, I'm looking on Tidal right now. Yep, that's it. See read.
Cataly Biarritz. Oh, okay. This is something you gotta like listen to on his website.
It's on Tidal.
Oh, okay. It's not on YouTube music for some reason.
Okay, yeah, I see it on Tidal. I'll check it out. I'm gonna check it out. I need to do better in 2026 by just listening to music, new music, because I think last year I got too comfortable where I'm just playing the same old songs that I know that would get me right, and not trying to listen to anything new. So I'm gonna try to do better, just checking out people like Big Kurt and Jid and shit like that.
Yeah, all the people from the best rappers of 2025 that we had no idea who the fuck they are. I'm gonna try to learn and listen to at least a few of their stuff so I could have an idea of like that British rapper or group or whatever the fuck it was that was on every best of 2025 list, and I had no idea who they were.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tap in a little bit more on the upcoming acts in hip hop and see. I know Big Crit's not an upcoming act; he's been around for a long time, but in general, gonna try to listen to some more music this year, man. We'll see how it goes. It's tough, when you get old. But speaking of J. Cole, he also dropped a new single and confirmed that his new album, The Fall Off, which he reiterated is going to apparently be his last album, is coming out next month, February 6th, I believe. So yeah, this is about gonna be it for J. Cole. He dropped a new song called Diss 2 Track 2. I liked the song. I'm not the biggest J. Cole fan, but he was rapping his ass off, man. Conceptually, I thought the idea was dope. He kind of raps his career backwards, and the music video is very creative. A lot of cool visuals in it. And yeah, I think it's a good way to kick it off. And I've gone on record saying I think retirement albums are corny. I think retiring from rap is corny in general. It was cool when Jay-Z did it, but then he rolled it back and it meant nothing.
Yeah.
And everybody who's done it since then, I think, is played out and cheesy. You only got to retire from rap.
Yeah, that's the part I don't understand, man, because you don't get rock stars retiring that early like that. You got some rock stars that still making albums at 70. Like, you don't have to sit there and say, this is my last album, guys. And then the worst part about it is the whole album lyrically be about this being their last go round. I'm like, I don't want to hear this, man.
Yes.
Like, just make a good project. You ain't got to announce throughout the whole project that you're leaving. Like, I don't want to hear that.
Nobody in any other genre does this. Country artists don't do this. Pop stars don't. Madonna's still making albums at like 70. I don't know. How old is she? 60, 70? She's still making albums and touring and doing sold out huge arena tours, man. So the idea that at not even 40, your rap career is over with. It's just kind of silly in general. We talked about this before in the podcast. We don't got to roll back the whole thing, but point is, the whole thing is kind of corny and played out. But if this is how he wants to go out, so be it. Getting back to the song, Figgy, what are your thoughts on the song? Did you hear it? Did you like it? What do you think?
Yeah, I heard this song and it was good. I thought it was a good song. It kind of reminded me of to me, this seemed like something Nas would do. This was like a Nas type of song to me. Just a different concept. Let me rap about my career backwards. It just kind of go back time, just go backwards. I thought that was creative. That was something different. I ain't have an issue with it. I'm kind of curious how people going to take his new album with him. The last time we heard from J. Cole was the whole beef thing. And I wonder if people still gonna hold that over his head. I think it's safe to say he ain't taking no shots at anybody on those songs anytime soon. But I wonder if he just gonna go keep the show going and just act like nothing happened, or didn't act like that apology on stage didn't happen. Is he just gonna, just ignore what everybody said and just rap? Or I'm just kind of curious where his mindset is. To me, this seemed like just a generic creative type of J. Cole song. But I wonder, is he going to address anything that happened the last couple years? So, but honestly, I think the song was a good J. Cole song. It's not anything I will, keep bumping in the car like that. But it's not anything I'm super critical over. I thought it was a good song. I thought that was his lane. But I am curious where what his next album gonna sound like. What this album sound like.
Yeah, I think. Look, it's gonna be tough for me to accept the tough guy talk from J. Cole again. That's the main issue. But I know every song can't sound like this on the album. So I'm wondering where he's gonna go creatively. He's got to make something for the streets, right? He always does, but I don't want to hear it after he backed out of the biggest beef in hip hop history, which he sparked, honestly. So after that happened, I don't know. I'm not going to take him seriously when he calls himself the best MC. I'm not going to take him seriously when he makes whatever excuse he got for backing out. I'm like, okay, but I don't want to hear no tough guy talk. I don't want to hear no I'm the best there is, was, never will be. I don't want to hear any of that on this new album. It's just not going to move me. So that's the interesting thing to me, is to see how he's going to navigate that. Is he just going to stick to the same formula of I'm the best out, or is he going to remix it somehow and be more kind of subdued, I guess? I don't know. We'll see.
Did you see some of the rumors or the stuff that was floating around that saying he could possibly have Jay-Z on this album? I forgot who else he said on his album, but the other person was Kendrick Lamar could possibly be a feature on this album.
I'll believe it when I hear it. I believe it when I hear it, man. Okay. I think it's anything is possible, but I'll believe it when I hear it.
How shocked would you be if him and Kendrick had a song, like a new song? Hopefully it's not nothing old that been in the tuck for a long time, but like a new song, like him and J. Cole and Kendrick on the same song in 2026.
Yeah, I agree. Senor just said my thoughts exactly. I don't think Kendrick was really. I don't think Kendrick has beef with J. Cole anymore. I don't think he really had beef, period. I think he felt slighted at, him mentioning his name in the song that he wasn't a part of, that had his biggest rap enemy on it. But I don't think he really had anything against J. Cole. That's why J. Cole got some very, very light jabs at Kendrick sent some very light shots at J. Cole, even though J. Cole did a whole diss track on Kendrick that he deleted.
Yeah,
but
and apologized.
And he apologized for it. And he said, I was gassed up. I think Kendrick is dope. So actually, I wouldn't be that surprised if Kendrick and J. Cole linked up for this album. If it's his last album, I can see them reconnecting and getting over that. Now, what would really surprise me if it was Drake was on it.
Yeah,
that would be the biggest surprise. I don't think it's possible at this point.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see if, let's say, Kendrick is on this album. I wonder how Drake will feel or respond with Kendrick being on a J. Cole album, because remember J. Cole and Drake was running around together a little bit. I think he was popping up on shows together, and obviously on the song together that kind of started all of this. So I wonder if Drake and J. Cole was still even cool, like, or speaking terms type cool. And B, if this did happen, I wonder if Drake is kind of looking at J. Cole as the ops now. Because it seemed like Drake was in that mindset of, whoever worked with this dude or cool with this dude, I ain't rocking with you. I wonder if he's going to keep that same energy.
He will. It's still fuck anybody. For him, it's fuck anybody who's cool with Kendrick at this point. Because a lot of people, and he made a song about this, about people who switched up and they were cool with him. He went on tour with them. He did collaborations with them. And then when the beef popped up, they were at the pop-out show in LA with Kendrick dancing on stage. So, yeah, man, I think for him, this beef will never die. And for Kendrick as well, this beef is eternal with them. I don't think they're ever going to piece it up. I don't think they're ever going to be cool or cordial. And Drake is just not going to fuck with anybody. Like I said, anybody who collabs with Kendrick or is cool with Kendrick has picked a side. I think that they're saying they are anti-Drake, they are pro-Kendrick. And that's how Drake is going to take it. So,
yeah, I agree. It'd be a little spicy. I think the internet would spice it up a little bit if this did happen.
Of course.
Yeah. So I'd be curious to see what Drake will feel by it. And by the way, I don't know when that Iceman album coming out.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a few months before it sounds really corny to call a album Iceman. I mean, it's already corny to call an album Iceman. Speaking of which, okay, this is how I know. I don't mean to defend Drake, but this is how I know the Drake hate has gone too far. I saw somebody, I want to say it was Chuck English, who tweeted, "Oh, it's really bad taste to name your album Iceman right now."
I saw that too.
You see that shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, it took me a minute. Like, wait, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Then I saw the replies and they're talking about ICE, like the immigrations.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know what he was talking about either. I'm just like, how is that insensitive? And then I did the same thing you did. I'm like, man, I never once thought about ICE as when Drake say Iceman. I never once thought about that.
Yeah, look, Iceman is a superhero from the X-Men. All right, he is not a super cop that deports people. So I don't know why they that was such a corny, forced Drake hate. That's what I'm talking about. There's enough legit reasons to dislike Drake. You ain't got to just invent shit out of nowhere. Like, oh, I can't believe you call your album Iceman. What are you trying to say? You're pro-Trump. Are you pro-MAGA, Drake? Do you support all the deportations going on right now because you named your album Iceman? All right, man. We're going a little too far now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one thing. The forced Drake hate is getting a little bit on my nerves, man. But
yeah.
we can move past that. And I don't know when the Iceman album's going to come out. I think if he waits past winter and drops it in the spring, it'll sound like, it can be kind of weird. But we'll see. We'll see. Other news going on this week. It was announced who was going to replace Ebro in the morning. Know if you caught this. And to be fair, it was somebody that people speculated will replace him. Mero from Jesus and Mero, who now has a podcast with Carmelo Anthony, I believe.
Yeah.
He will
Brooklyn.
Yes. He will be replacing Ebro on Ebro in the Morning, and that's it. that's the news. Figgy, you got any thoughts on that?
I think it's kind of dope. My first thought was, damn, they really would have killed it if it was Desus and Mero in the morning. I thought that would have been cool. You know, that's a New York show, man. Like a very popular show. I know they not really cool now, but
yeah.
I thought that would have hit way more if it was Desus and Mero in the morning on Hot 97. I thought that would have been cool, but I still think this is a good look. I do think it's a little bit spicy too, because you know they always had a beef with Power 105.1, their rival hip hop station in New York. And remember, Mero had it. Him and DJ Envy had a little back and forth. Remember, he was I think he mentioned something about his wife or something like that, joking around. Remember that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and then I think Mero went up to the Breakfast Club for an interview, and DJ Envy addressed it, and they was kind of going back and forth a little bit. And then DJ Envy kind of got in this mood where he was there but didn't do the interview and was just kind of blowing them off the whole time.
Yeah.
So I think that's a little bit spicy right there. That now they're gonna be competing. Now I think the Breakfast Club, I don't think it's gonna be like a heavy competition type deal, but I think that's a little spice in the air right there. But I thought it was cool, man. I thought that was cool. I thought they was going. I was worried a little bit because I don't know if you saw this, but they had Funk Master Flex filling in for the morning show.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they had him filling in a couple times. And I'm just like, oh, absolutely not. I do not want to hear that. I don't listen to them at all because I'm in Houston, but absolutely not listening to this man 5 a.m. yelling and
dropping
screaming.
Bombs.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, absolutely not. So I think that's a good look for him, man. I'm curious to see I guess how it sounds.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they reached out to Desus and he said no, or Mero said no, or whatever. I know they fell out. I was looking at, I don't know what happened to Desus in general. I think he, after the show, I can't find anything he's done. I think he hosted the Daily Show for 1 week in 2023. And he also hosted Jimmy Kimmel in 2022. But since then, it seemed like they were priming him to be some kind of late night host or something.
Yeah,
but then
that's what it felt like.
And then he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, because I thought he was gonna be the next big one over Mero, and then Mero kept kind of doing his thing, and then he did the podcast with Melo and all that. So I was kind of shocked to see how Desus just disappeared like that.
Yeah, me too. I thought that he was the one who's going to be the more Hollywood type dude, but I don't know what happened. Maybe something happened and he had to fall back. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Everybody thought he would be the star. He would be the Beyonce of the group.
Yeah,
it didn't really work out that way. So,
and I think Desus and Mero had two different mindsets. Because I think it got to a point they might have had two different business partners.
Yeah.
And, money reasons and just, I guess, different creative mindsets.
Yeah.
That's why they probably fell out and stopped talking. But yeah, when I first saw this hire, I'm like, damn, that would have been cool to see Desus and Mero get a morning show, especially knowing how they started and all that. I thought that would have been dope.
Yeah, but and it didn't seem like whatever their issue was unresolvable. It seemed like they just had some business disagreements, but it didn't seem like they had a huge falling out or a fight over it. So the whole thing's kind of confusing, man. I don't know if we'll ever really understand what happened with them, but oh well. Good luck to him and both of them actually. Hope they all do well.
Yeah, real quick. Speaking of talking about people falling out. Did you see the latest between Well, I don't even know. Was we? I think we might have been finished doing the podcast for the year, but the whole 50 Cent and Jim Jones and did you see the 50 Cent going that Jim Jones and Mano and Fab and all them doing the podcast?
I think I missed that, but I've seen Jim Jones versus Cameron again. I think they've been, Jim Jones been beefing with several people since we last.
I don't remember if we addressed this, but
I don't think we did.
50 Cent was clowning. So Mano, Jim Jones, Fab, and Dave East all do a podcast together.
Yeah.
I forgot what they call themselves, but they got a podcast. And it started from them weighing in on the Diddy doc that was produced by 50 Cent. And of course, they didn't really have anything good to say about it. They, you know how rappers are. They just too cool and all that shit. I think they thought it was a little bit corny. And then 50 Cent started clowning them more on social media, pretty much saying he started calling them slumlords. And then they all released pretty much a diss song with using 50 Cent beats, going at 50 Cent. I'm surprised you ain't run across this.
Nah, I must have been tapped out. I don't remember this.
Yeah. Everybody was raving about Fab's verse, but all of them was pretty much going at 50 Cent and all that. And then that just kept going back and forth, and then end up getting into it with Cam again and all that stuff. That was more recent stuff. But I thought it was crazy. They was calling them slumlords because apparently wherever they was doing the podcast, they wasn't paying the rent.
Damn.
Yeah. And that sounds like a Jim Jones thing too, where Jim Jones is he look like a nigga with bad credit. Like he don't be paying no bills and some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Jim Jones building his own studio now. And it's hilarious seeing him getting into the podcast game now. And now Cameron was talking about, man, you stand in that place with no heat. Talk about he ain't got no heat in this place.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's where that ended up starting. But my thoughts on that, man. It's super embarrassing that I even used to like these dudes as artists, and they're over the age of 50 and acting like this. It's super embarrassing, man. I can't believe I was ready to get a Dipset logo tatted on me or get some Dipset clothing. And y'all niggas acting like this at the age over the age of 50.
You know, one of the hardest things I've had to reconcile with as I get older is the fact that Dipset was honestly always corny. I just didn't see it because I was young and dumb back then too, and I thought they were cool guys. We wanted to be just like Cameron. We wanted to be in Dipset, man. But when you look back at stuff, and there was stuff I didn't know till later, like how Dipset was taking L's like left and right, even back when they were popping. They were getting run out the Rucker. They were getting robbed. They were getting beat up. Like True Life whooped their ass. Like there was a lot of stuff that happened with Dipset even back in the day that was just embarrassing for them. And they lost a bunch of beefs. They got embarrassing clowned. But we didn't see that because we just focused on the music, man. We focused on the mixtapes. Now that that's all gone, all we got is their corny ass personalities still acting like they're kids at the age of 50 plus. And it's very embarrassing to see. I think podcasts have been detrimental to old rappers in general because they get hot and they suddenly want to act like they 22 again. They want to act like they're back in it's 2003 and we want to hear this type of beef shit. It's like y'all all too old for this. Y'all all too old to be participating in this bullshit, man. I'm not saying you got to be kumbaya, but some of these niggas been beefing for over 20 years, man. Yeah. At some point, y'all just got to get over this shit and let it go. And yeah, it's very, very sad to look back at Dipset and be like, man, maybe they always sucked. Maybe they were always corny.
And I'm glad you said that part too, because I was even looking at Dame Dash. Like I used to think Dame Dash was the coolest person. And just looking at these old ass videos of him just being ignorant. And it's just like, dude, what is you doing? Like, why is you in this board meeting screaming at every people, man?
Grown ass man too, man.
Yeah, like that. You know how embarrassing that is. Like I got secondhand embarrassment looking at these old ass videos. And then, remember Freaky Zeke?
Yes.
He was kind of into the drama too recently with going back and forth with Jim. And this nigga released a video of Jim Jones and Dame Dash getting into it in New York. And this wasn't recent because this was Dame Dash was older, but he wasn't like older Dame Dash, like how he look now. But these niggas was pretty much trying to fight. Dame Dash had his shirt off with the gut all out.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Trying to get some niggas to beat him up, and they wouldn't do it. And Dame Dash just walking around like, get off my block, just Harlem, get off my, like, dog, what? You scaring the hoes right now, man. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all really look like some unks out here trying to fight, man. Like, what the fuck is y'all doing?
Yeah, very embarrassing, man. These old New York rappers going out sad. The only person who still has integrity right now is Jadakiss. He's the only one who's been in the podcast game and hasn't made himself look corny. Besides the fact that he don't want to speak on nothing because he's too cool to even, give a take on anything. But like everybody else is going out sad. I get y'all want content. I get y'all want clicks, but there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way for y'all to get that than doing this, making yourself look sad. So,
yeah. But that was embarrassing, though, man. I can't believe I used to like this group. I literally can't listen to their music the same now, man.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. That's somebody that, that's saying a lot for somebody who, still don't feel a type of way whenever an R. Kelly song come on or a Michael Jackson song come on. But for some reason, these dudes, I'm just like, man, this shit don't hit the same. The songs don't sound mixed. It just sound like it. I don't know. It just don't hit the same now, man.
Yeah, no, I know you noticed they put all the old Dipset mixtapes on streaming services. So I went back and listened to them, and it didn't age all that well, man. Like you said, they're unmixed. Yeah. Some of the verses are shit they said on other songs. So it's very repetitive. And I'm like, wasn't as good as I remember, man. Maybe it was just the era.
Yes.
So, sad, going out sad, man. All these old rappers, all you old niggas trying to advance. It's all over now. Take it like a man. Now we got to catch up on some previous news. So we got to get your take on the infamous Lynn Jones. The reporter from Jacksonville who had some very nice things to say about who's their coach? What's his name again?
Liam Cohen.
At their post-game press conference after they were defeated by the Buffalo Bills. This lady went viral for her comments at the end of the press conference. I'm sure y'all all heard it. It's been played a billion times. Basically saying, oh, loaded child, you did a good job. Keep your head up, sir. Dog, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw the clip and I played it, I bust out laughing. People were like, listen to this wholesome reporter. And it sounded like my granny.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm like, who let this fan up? Is it fan night? Oh, it's a reporter? Oh, okay.
African-American over here. Look at my African-American over here. Look at him.
I'm sure Liam Cohen was like, yes, please.
Dog, it was so funny.
No more.
It was so funny. I was laughing. It was very cringy but I was laughing. I was like, this sounds exactly like an auntie or my granny. You know, your granny will always.
Don't let nobody tell you nothing.
People don't know about a black grandma too. There's really nothing like a black grandma's love. She will love you no matter what you've done. She'll love you if you graduate. She'll love you if you just came home from doing a bid.
Yeah.
if anything, no matter what you do in life, your granny will always forgive you. She always gonna love you. And I don't know if white grandparents feel the same way. I know some people be canceling their grandparents because they voted for Trump or some shit. So they be cutting their grandparents off. So I don't know, man. But black grandparents is always love, man. They always got a lot of love. I miss my granny. Man, I miss my granny. No matter what we were doing, my granny was always proud of us. So yeah, it feels good to get that granny love. I know he felt good in that moment. He ain't never had that before.
He had a little smirk on his face, like,
he loved it. He's like, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, he said, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she was like, loaded child, don't worry, keep your head up. It was a good season. So, you know, the reaction this caused, people lost their mind. The reporters thought it was very unprofessional for her to say this in a public setting or at all. A lot of fans said, fuck y'all reporters. Y'all always negative, saying bullshit. Y'all ask dumb questions and you get mad at this lady for 20 seconds of positivity. And they've been making themselves look bad because now everybody is posting all the dumb questions that reporters ask, especially the ones that had a problem with this.
Yes.
Like one of the ladies who said something about it after the Steelers lost, she asked Aaron Rodgers what was the mentality of coming out late in the game and not coming back in. And he was like, the score was 30-6 with 2 minutes left. So, and everybody pointed out like, oh, so y'all could ask these questions, but y'all are mad at Lynn Jones.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of back and forth on both sides. I did see our friend Brandon Scott side with the ops hating on black women. He took the reporter side. We gotta talk to B. Scott about that, man. If he hates black women, you just gotta come out and say it. But I'm fucking with him. But so we had a lot of back and forth. The reporters, you know, had their takes. The fans disagreed. So Figgy, I want to know what you think. What are your thoughts on this? And do you think, do you side with the reporters or do you side with people who just didn't think it was a big deal?
Yeah, so the human element in me, when I originally heard this, I thought it was funny. First of all, I thought it was just hilarious. And I just knew it was a black woman. Like, no doubt. When she said, you keep your head up. Don't let anybody, you had a good season. Don't you ever, don't let them talk about your K-Swiss shoes. Those your shoes. You look good in them. Then you keep your head up and tell them I said so. She kind of gave that energy. And I thought it was funny. I thought it was a little cute because it was just so random too. But I get, you know, we all in the journalism field. I think Rocket, did you get a degree in journalism?
I did, University of Houston.
Yeah, you're a journalist. And so you probably know more than me that I guess, you know, I don't want to see, this is the tricky part because I don't know if it's a set of rules that say you can't do this or you're not allowed to do that. But in sports journalism and all that stuff, I feel like it's very strict to the point people look at you funny if you wearing team gear. You know, at a press conference, you gotta, you know, you can't be biased. You can't be a cheerleader type stuff. That's kind of how they look at it. When you go to the press box, you can't cheer. You can't do all of that type of stuff. That's why I don't really go up there whenever the Texans play. But I didn't have an issue with it, especially when I found out who Lynn was and her background and all that stuff. She wasn't just like a cheerleader or anything like that, even though she was rooting for the Jaguars and all that stuff. But it's hard for me to go against her, whatever her. I mean, when you start looking at her resume, man, sometimes you just gotta let stuff go. Now, if it was a young buck in there that was doing all of that, then I can see why people are so upset. But I feel like she should get a pass. I feel like she's been in the game longer than a lot of people, man. And I don't know what made her say that. I don't know if she usually do stuff like that. But something like that, man, I would probably just give it a pass. I didn't have a big issue with it. And quite frankly, I feel like some of the journalism rules are kind of dinosaur-ish, where I'm just like, who the fuck told you I can't wear a fucking hoodie or something in the press box? Or why the fuck I can't, say this or say that, where, people kind of look at you a little snobby for doing something. So I never really understood that, man. But then again, I didn't go to school for journalism, so I'm not sure if it's a rule book or anything like that. But to me, it just seemed like it's just some, and no disrespect to B. Scott, because he take it very seriously, and that's what he went to school for. But it seemed like it's a lot of crusty people where it's just like, no, you can't do it. It remind me of baseball people. Like the baseball writers where they just don't like anything new. It seemed like it's kind of like that a little bit, but I think at this point with Lynn being in the game for over how long? I think she's been in the game for over 30 years or something like that. She's been around for a long time. She talked about her resume, how she covered Barack Obama. She interviewed Barack Obama. She interviewed so many people when she do a lot for the black community. It's hard for me to tear her apart, man. I understand this is somebody like B. Scott that have an issue with it, and I totally get it. But it's hard to me. Maybe I'm just being biased, but I'm giving her a pass, man. That's not the worst thing I ever heard in a press conference. I say that. I done heard a lot worse things in the press conference. So I can't be mad at it. Now, she could have said that at the end or off mic or something like that, pulled them to the side and said that. And I think that's what a lot of reporters were saying, the ones that's kind of, in the middle of this. They saying the best way to do is just kind of pull them to the side and talk off the record. Maybe she should have did that, but just looking at her resume, man, just knowing all she done for the community and all that, and the people she interviewed, I can't discredit her for that, man. So I would just take a back seat and say, she cool. I can't criticize her for that.
Yeah, so to answer your question, and to clarify, I was never a sports journalist. I was more working the cops and the crime beats when I worked at the paper. But to answer your question, there are no rules per se that you can't say this or you can't like cheer for the team or whatever. You can't, but it's more like a code of ethics as it pertains to journalism, where ethically you should not do these things. And if you do these things, your colleagues and your editor, they're going to look at you sideways, because you're not supposed to be too close to whatever it is you're covering. You're supposed to kind of compose yourself as somebody who's non-biased. You're a reporter. And look, we all have that's a difficult thing. We all have our biases. It's difficult to cover anybody long-term and not be friendly with them. Journalists get close to their subjects. They get, like Adam Schefter thought it was cool, because I'm sure Adam Schefter is friends with a lot of people in the NFL. I'm sure he has a lot of friends that are GMs. I'm sure he has a lot of friends that are head coaches that they give him information, and he writes in a favorable way to them. We see this happen all the time. You're not supposed to do that, but he can get away with it because he's the biggest guy at his platform. But in general, you're not supposed to be a fan person like of anything you cover. You're not supposed to openly say, hey man, don't like that. That's a very personal conversation to have with somebody. It shouldn't be said in a professional reporting setting. So I get that point, and that's how I felt in the beginning. I was like, if she's a reporter, she can't be saying, you could have said this to the side. You didn't have to say this publicly. And the fact that the Jaguars account reposted it, it really seemed like a fan said that. It didn't seem like somebody, a reporter, should be saying that. So I get what people said and what they meant, because I've been in that field. I know how they think, and I know how you're supposed to think when you're a reporter covering things. But the reaction from these journalists made me double back and side with Lynn, because another thing about reporters, they are the most pretentious, know-it-all people that you'll ever meet, man. A lot of them think their job is just like, especially sports journalists, man.
Yeah.
I have no problem with people who cover politics, people who cover actual things that matter in this country. I get why you're super serious about it. I don't get why sports journalists are so super serious about themselves, man. At the end of the day, it's sports. It's entertainment, and it's nothing more than that. Yes, we do want a good sports story. We do want people to dig around and find the truth, but it's not life or death, man. This wasn't the end of the world. Everybody jumping out, attacking this lady, calling her out for what she said. Who gives a shit, man? This is something y'all could have just passed around in your group chat and said, yeah, this is corny. You and I had to tweet it out and dogpile her like y'all did, talk about how unprofessional it was. And now y'all got a target on your back from all the fans who already hate you.
Yes.
You know, they already sick of y'all. And now you painted a bigger target on your back by trying to look like you're above this kind of thing. And that's what annoyed me. The reaction annoyed me more than what she said. I was mildly annoyed by it because I thought it was funny, but also like cringy that it happened publicly. But the reaction that these journalists had really annoyed me, man. So now I'm with her. I don't care if it was unprofessional. I think the reaction, the way these reporters reacted towards that was very corny. And some things could be left unsaid publicly. Take their own advice, man. If you know this lady, if you know what she said was very popular and got a lot of traction, you ain't got to go against the grain and say, well, actually, it's not professional to say this. Like, shut the fuck up. All right. Shut the fuck up. Don't make the block any hotter for you guys than it is already. People already hate y'all, and the president hates y'all. All right. The president of this country hates reporters. So y'all just got to cool out. Pick your battles. This was not a battle worth having.
Yeah.
It really wasn't.
Yeah, that's one thing, and one of my unpopular opinions about the media and reporters and all that. I feel like they kind of made Twitter a little corny. Just all the what's your source for that and all this other stuff. Not really understanding the jokes, just trying to report everything, and sources say it's just like, man, we over here having fun. Like, you can't even have fun now without a reporter say, oh, he said this, he tweeted this out and all that. I feel like it got kind of corny once everybody started hopping on like that. But the other side to this, man, I was a little bit irritated with how fans reacted with this too, where I was cringing just seeing fans like, oh yeah, see, we need more reporters like that. It's just like, no, we don't, man. And that's all due respect to her. But like, I wish I could ask fans questions of what type of media people you want. Like, do you want a lot of fanboys to just be fans of the team and just do Texans radio type stuff? And that's no disrespect to them. Do you want to do like super friendly questions type of stuff, or do you want people to do their jobs? And it's just like, man, it's either one side or the other. where you know, you either, I guess people don't like the reporters because they ask too mean the questions and all that, or always negative, or either they want them to be fanboys. And I'm just like, man, like that's like I feel like a lot of reporters do their job and all that stuff, with exceptions to a couple of them that ask some weird questions. But I'm like, man, let's not let Lynn think this is the way that it should be. Like that's not the way it should be. I thought it was a sweet thing she said, but that's not how it should be, man. We shouldn't be up there listening to a D'Amico press conference when they lose or something, and we got a whole bunch of reporters saying, "Hey, keep your head up, young man. Like, don't let we still going to swore. Like, we don't need to hear that at the press conference, man. We want the reporters up there to ask the questions a lot of people want answers to, man. Like, we don't need to hear, oh, you did a good job. We gonna get it next year. Don't worry about all the outside door. We don't want to hear that. So I kind of get irritated when people try to say, yeah, this is the type of media we want. It's like, man, I don't know about that.
Yeah, and that's one of the bigger issues. And I think this is why the journalists got set off. So I don't 100% blame them, but it's just the fact that true journalism is a dying form of writing and reporting. It is just dying, period. I think propaganda is being pushed by our own government, and anybody who questions it is being looked at like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? And people do not really want the truth anymore. They just want whatever they believe to be reaffirmed. So if you're proud of the Jaguars, you don't want to hear. We have some Texans fans, some people I follow, and they kind of get on my nerves about this because anytime there's anything negative, they're like, why are you saying that? And I'm like, okay, yeah, you don't want to be overly negative, but there are some legit criticisms everywhere in anything. And if you want to be a blind fanboy, then get off social media. Like, don't be in here where the wolves are at, man. Don't be here where we gonna get these jokes off. We gonna get the slander off no matter what. And if there's legit issues that are being reported on, like, don't just say it's fake news because you don't agree with it. All right. Reporters have to source everything they report on, and there is more believable than somebody on Twitter just posting some shit. But so people in general just don't really want news anymore. They just want whatever basically they agree with, and anything they don't agree with is some fake shit to them. And it's very scary at the rate this is being normalized. I think you see people fall for the most obvious fake shit. Even people like, every week I see some Joe Rogan shit about how he got fooled by some AI or some fake story. Then he gets checked on it by his producer, and he's like, well, the scary thing is this could be true. And like, what can you talk about? It's not. So the people just fall for the most obvious fake shit, and they don't want to hear like Pablo Torre, which I think he's doing the best job of anybody in sports journalism right now. He's doing real reporting. Yeah. People get mad at him.
Yeah.
He went on Joe Budden and they were mad at him for spilling out what happened with fucking Kawhi. I don't know why I said Kawhi and the Clippers shit. And he said, well, he better not do that with the Knicks. I'm like, okay, it don't matter if you're a fan of the team. If they're doing some improper shit, everybody should be called out for it.
Yeah.
But people get mad at him for doing reporting. They're saying, who cares? There's real people saying this shit, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not like he's shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
Hey, I think they doing this. That'd be one thing. But he's getting tips. He was doing this research. He was calling people and finding out things. He was actually doing his homework. He was doing all of the work to figure this stuff out. And people mad at it. I'm like, you lucky ain't nobody just shoot from the hip and just said, guess what I heard? He ain't doing that. he actually doing the research, and people mad at it.
Yep. But you can just say anything and people will believe it. Like I remember one of the most annoying, and I was not a JJ Watt fan when he was playing. Like I liked him as a player, but I thought his whole persona was kind of corny. But one thing that really annoyed me was when that thing was going around when they said he stole money that he raised from Hurricane Harvey because they hadn't seen anything happen with it. And so he had to actually bring out the receipts and show we funding this, we built this over here, we did this. Just because he's not on IG bragging about it does not mean he stole the money. But everybody, just because one person or a few people said, JJ Watt stole that Hurricane Harvey money, they still say this shit about him. And it still gets traction.
Which is hilarious because I'm like, that's the last person I would think that would need to steal all
That's
of
what
that
I'm
money.
saying. Like, look, I know you don't really truly know anybody. I wouldn't think Brett Favre would steal for some poor people too, but he did it. But the truth is, okay, look, JJ Watt is going to go into media. When he was playing, we knew he was going to be a big media star after he played. Why the fuck would he jeopardize his entire post-football career over a couple $1 million maybe when he was getting paid how much in the NFL?
Yeah.
Y'all really think he would steal from charity and ruin his post career where he's going to make a lot more money?
Yeah, and he had his own brand. So why would he do that to jeopardize his brand?
He had his own shoe. He had all this shit, man. Y'all really think he going to throw it away for a couple $1 million from the fucking charity, man? Come on.
Yeah.
So people just say whatever on social media. And if you believe it because you don't like that person, it'll actually get traction. So
yeah, but hey, what's her name? Lynn Jones. Was it Lynn Jones? Yeah, salute to Lynn Jones, man. I did have I have a big issue with what she did, man. I think I had an issue with how people was reacting to it. And one of the funny thing is, what's her name? Jamel Hill had to jump in this.
Of course.
And she was totally against it at first. And then people called her out because she pretty much did a 180. And after she found out who she was and her background and all that, and she pretty much did a 180 on her whole take. And one of the comments was somebody said, "Oh, look at her finding out the woman is black. Now she changed her whole story." And like everybody and their mama know that lady was black the moment she was talking to that press conference. I want to see somebody who had no idea this was a black woman talking to that coach.
Yeah, I think it blew up and the block got hot. And she said, "You know what? I don't want to see." And look, I get it. Here's the thing. This is why it's tough being black. All right. It's tough being black because naturally, we don't like seeing other black people be dogpiled for whatever reason. That's why you get people defending Diddy. All right. Because we just naturally don't like seeing black people being dogpiled by a lot of white people. All right. It brings up some traumatic imagery for black people. So even though you can say, I'm sure it's exactly how Jamel Hill felt. She thought it was wrong, but she also didn't want to see a black woman get dogpiled and shit on by a bunch of white journalists. So she had to walk it back. And I get it, but it's tough because sometimes these people deserve to be dogpiled, but you just still don't want to see it because you're like, maybe OJ's innocent.
Yeah, it's kind of, to me, it reminds me of, you had that family member that's not really doing well, that might be on drugs and all that stuff, and you and your family talk about that person, but when other people outside the family start talking about the person, you're like, "Hey, don't talk about my family." Nah, like she ain't doing nothing wrong. Like now you go in defense mode. To me, that's what it kind of remind me of. And plus, just Lynn, her reading off her resume, it's tough. Me personally, it's tough for me to be like, "Oh, that person don't know what she's doing." I can't sit here and say that after she didn't interview Obama after she done interviewed so many, high-end black people, and she's on the board for black journalists, whatever, all type of stuff she doing in black community. It's hard for me to sit there. I can admit that she, that might not have been the place for her to do that, but hey, she been in the game probably longer than I've been alive. So it's hard for me to just sit there and criticize that lady like that. I might not agree with it, but I think that's kind of what I think once Jemele Hill did her homework and see who she was, I think she was like, oh shit, okay. My whole brand is bigging up black people and black power types shit. I can't criticize this lady.
Yeah, I'm not surprised she walked it back, man. I'm not surprised. But then again, like I said, these are thoughts you should just keep to yourself in general. I don't think everybody needs to chime in about the ethics of what she did. Just let it go, man. Pick your battles.
Yeah.
Whatever. Also something we missed that's now kind of old, but we got to talk about this because I thought it was funny. All right, so when 21 Savage dropped his last album, he did a little bit of a press run, and he was very active on social media too. And I forget the context now because it was a while ago, but basically, I think Gunna had posted something, and then Young Thug had posted something dissing Gunna again, and then 21 Savage did some kind of like Kumbaya type thing where he was trying to bring all of Atlanta back together again.
Yeah.
So this included a tweet where he basically tweeted at Young Thug saying, hey, man, you got to let this Gunna stuff go. You knew he wasn't a hood dude or a street dude back when he snitched the first time when we looked past it. So y'all got to let this, don't let the streets trap you into this shit. Ain't nothing good in the streets. Fuck the streets. And Young Thug a few days later, or maybe the next day, tweeted at 21 Savage saying, fuck the streets. And this caused a huge reaction in hip hop and the streets, I guess, or people who are in the streets or were from the streets. A lot of people calling out the contradiction or the hypocrisy of these rappers who got rich off of rapping about the streets and acting like they in the streets, suddenly saying fuck the streets now that they want to collaborate with Gunna again and want to make an excuse for it.
Yeah.
So people saw it as a little bit, disingenuous, but there are also people saying, what's wrong with 21 Savage trying to help people and get them out this mindset that they got to obey these stupid ass rules and be in the streets and do all this negative shit. So there's a little back and forth, and there are points made on both sides. Yeah. So Figgy, what are your thoughts on this? Because I know I think they saw the blowback and just kind of eased up off all this shit. Yeah. But what are your thoughts when this happened about the whole fuck the streets movement and what it meant from who it came from?
I think my first thought was, damn, they really he must really want to do some music with Gunna. It seemed like this was more of a statement. Hey man, who cares what he's not a street dude or not, and all this snitching and all this other stuff. Let's get this money. To me, that's how he kind of came across to me. But yeah, I just knew this wasn't gonna happen, man. I think people value the streets so much, especially in hip hop. And as you had 21 Savage trying to do this campaign. This was his slut walk, which is ironic because he was at the slut walk.
Yeah.
Trying to make it look cool. But yeah, it was a bunch of rappers, street rappers that came out like, man, ain't no fuck the streets. I just think that wasn't a good look, man. I think, especially with his album, because he's still talking about street shit. It'd be one thing if he totally changed his whole way and was a conscious rapper or something like that. But if it's all fuck the streets, What are you talking about there? What you gonna rap about? That's your whole image. So yeah, your whole image was sad. I mean, was it Slaughter Gang and all this other stuff? Like that was his whole image. And I'm not saying you can't grow out of that, but to me, I don't know. It seemed like he just tried to patch the relationship up with Gunna and Young Thug, and it seemed like niggas want to do music with Gunna again. And I think he should have just came out and said that. He probably should have just said, "Hey man, who give a fuck if he snitched? Let's like the nigga made some fire music. Like that's all that matters. We knew he wasn't a gangster before. Let's make some music with him. That shouldn't stop us from making music and making history and breaking up Atlanta and all that shit." So I think he should have just said that, not try to disguise it as fuck the streets type deal.
Yeah, no, I agree. And to be honest, because I've been thinking this for a minute now, I don't think Young Thug is mad that Gunna snitched. Because, I mean, it didn't do anything to him, and he's out of jail anyway. I think he's mad that Gunna didn't come crawling back to him after it was all said and done. I think he's mad that Gunna left the label. I think he's mad that Gunna cut them all off. And I think he's mad that Gunna's doing his own thing and he's successful without Young Thug. Because I think Young Thug misses Gunna. You can tell how much he talks about him, man. He talks about him nonstop. And Gunna really don't mention him at all. We don't hear from Gunna, period, really. So Young Thug just really misses his friend. And he wants him to come back. But he can't just say that, so he's got to make it act. He got to pretend like it's about the snitch and shit, and he don't respect him as a man and all this stuff. But really, he just misses him, and he wants him to come back. But the ego is getting in the way. He don't want to come out and admit that. So that's number one. Number two, 21 has been annoying me with this whole I'm not a street dude. Treat my raps like I'm Denzel. This is not real life. All this stuff. When this whole trying to divorce himself from suddenly out of nowhere when he was not on this type of time, when he was spent all of his early career trying to make us believe he was really this guy. Now he's trying to walk back and talk about peace in Atlanta. I remember back in a few years ago when he was like, we got to stop the violence. I'm like, well, why don't you start with the music? Why don't you stop the violence in your fucking music, man? You still talking about killing people. So, yeah, he's been annoying me with this a little bit because it's been hypocritical. He won't change the content of his music at all, but he wants to have it both. He wants to have it both ways. He wants to not be responsible for what happens in the streets, but he wants to take advantage of the street culture in his art. And you can't have it both ways, man. You gotta be Gandhi or you gotta be fucking Scarface. All right. Yeah. You can't be both.
Yeah.
All right. You gotta be a pacifist or you gotta be a soldier. You can't walk in the middle and act like you're both.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so, I agree, man. Like I'm not sure if he's just trying to get a different like trying to change his brand a little bit, where he's trying to get more opportunities or what. But you can't have both, man. You could just change it up, man. Like you could be T.I. Maybe you try to be T.I., just try to be more of a family man or something and just try to leave that shit alone. Like you can't do both. It's impossible to do both, man. Hell, even somebody like a Jay-Z had to take a step back a little bit. Mm-hmm. And you know, he got his moments and all that stuff, but he had to he changed his image a little bit. So I think either you in or out, man. Like you can still keep that image and still do your thing, but if you want to, I guess, get more bigger brands and all that stuff, you got to just leave that shit alone, man. You can't do both.
Speaking of T.I., have you seen his new comedy special?
I did not. I heard he was doing that, and I was just like, "Oh Lord, I ain't feel like cringing," so I didn't check it out.
I've heard from people it's actually not that bad. I'm not gonna watch it, but Yeah, apparently, according to some people's reviews, it's actually not that bad. But yeah, I'm not gonna watch that shit. I don't care. I don't care about T.I.'s fucking comedy,
see the
man.
Dave Chappelle stand up after
No, I never did watch that. I don't even have Netflix right now. I mean, there's ways I could watch it, but I just don't feel like it.
Yeah, okay. So you probably didn't watch. Did you watch the Jake Paul fight?
No, hell no, man. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I just heard he got beat up and all that.
Like, of course he did. He fought the heavyweight champion. Like, what did he think was going to happen, man? And not even just that. The size difference alone was absurd. That shit, it was crazy they even commissioned that fight. But then again, they shouldn't have commissioned the Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah, I think the thing was people thought it was going to be fixed and some rules and all that stuff. When Anthony Joshua was like, hell no, I'm about to whoop this dude ass. And he did.
Yeah, but speaking of Anthony Joshua, man, he's probably retired from fighting. He was in a pretty bad car accident, and two of his closest friends died in it in Nigeria. And I think he's physically okay, but rumors are he's going to retire. He's not going to fight again. So, yeah, shout out to him, man. Prayers up and all that. But, yeah, that was crazy. I wasn't going to watch that damn Jake Paul fight, man. I hope at some point this shit got to end. Like, at some point, people got to stop watching it. But every time I think it's done, some other shit happens, and I see a bunch of people who say they hate it, live tweeting it, and obviously watching it as it happens. So, yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, nah, I'm not really into the Jake Paul business. I did. No, it wasn't until afterwards. I think because I was in Cleveland. I was asleep. I just got there 1 a.m. and I see people tweeting about the Dave Chappelle stand up. I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, that's a good time to do it. So, yeah, I heard it was okay, but I didn't. I don't really hear much about like, oh, you got to watch this anymore. So I ain't check it out yet.
Yeah, I'm done with Dave Chappelle, man. I'm not gonna watch any more of his specials. I get the point. And usually he talks about stuff that's so old that I don't even care anymore. Or some shit like I know in his last one, he was trying to justify himself for going to that Saudi Arabia comedy festival. I'm like, man, I don't need to hear it. I don't really care. But I think I could count on one hand the amount of times I've laughed watching the past like 3 Dave Chappelle specials. And not that I think he's offensive or whatever, or I'm offended by what he says. It's not funny. I like edgy, fucked up humor, but he doesn't tell jokes anymore. He just gets up there and gives a speech about how he feels about things. I'm like,
yeah, that's all it is. It's like him reading the newspaper.
Yep.
What's going on, and then putting his little spin on it. And I think what one thing I feel like he's really good at this, but he'll talk about something that everybody is outraged about, and then spinning in a way where he tried to show off the double standard.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could be talking about, he could be talking about racism or something like that. And then he'll turn around and be like, oh, but we cool when this happened.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of his whole thing. It seemed like he finds some of the biggest headlines, the biggest world stories, and then just do it like that.
That's exactly what he does. That's what he did about the whole Saudi Arabia thing. He's like, well, what about Israel and the genocide? So I'm like, okay, man.
Yeah. That seems like that's his whole shtick now. Like it's not even trying to be funny. It's like trying to show off the double standard of everybody criticizing something, even if it's the LGBTQ. Yeah, trying to show off the double standard of it. So I don't know. It's not. Yeah, it's like I see more people talking about how he's a genius or all this other shit. It's just like, was it funny? Like, did you laugh? So,
yeah. No, I'm on the same page, man. I don't got to see more of Dave Chappelle. I think I'm about done. There was something else I was going to bring up, but I forget what I was going to talk about now. Anything else? Man. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you. Are you excited for the new Avengers? They've been doing a little teasers. I don't know if you caught them. Basically, everybody's coming back. Captain America's coming back. The X-Men is what got me. All right, because I didn't care about it, but I saw that X-Men trailer and I'm like, you know what? Because I fuck with the X-Men, man. And I like the ones from back in the day in the year 2000 with Hugh Jackman and all them and Patrick Stewart. So I'm gonna have to fucking watch this one because they got me with the X-Men. But are you excited for this, man? I know you and your wife, or especially your wife, was more of an MCU fan. Are y'all hyped up for Avengers Doomsday?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I feel like the last couple times though, we really wasn't big fans. Like the last couple Avengers movies we watched or anything MCU was just kind of like, yeah, it was cool. Like I think the last Captain America, the black Captain America. I don't know. I just didn't have a real feel for it, man. Just kind of left it, and we always talk about it afterwards. It was just like, yeah, it was cool. It wasn't nothing where I'm like, damn, I can't wait to see what happened next. And this one might be the first one where I'm like, okay, I gotta check this one out. Like we might have to buy the tickets early to see this. And I just didn't have that feeling. I'm trying to think, what was the last couple movies that came out from the MCU?
I can't remember. I know.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the last one was that Captain America.
Yeah,
with that red.
I can't think of what came out before that. I know there was a bunch of TV shows and stuff. There was a Thor movie that everybody hated.
Yeah,
Doctor Strange one, but that was a while ago.
Yeah,
Ant-Man with dude who got canceled. Kang.
Yeah. I think the last one was the Fantastic Four.
Jules said she hated that one. Jonathan Majors, by the way, who was who got canceled. They done replaced him with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just didn't really have I definitely wasn't into the TV shows. The TV shows, I'm just like, nah, I ain't got time for all that. Plus, I ain't got Disney Plus. Like, I ain't trying to do all that. But yeah, man, I'm kind of excited to see this movie. Just to kind of see. I knew they was gonna somehow try to bring everybody back because all the shit they've been doing before ain't working, and you could see it was a clear drop off. So of course they go. Of course they gonna try to bring the real Captain America back and Tony Stark's back and all this other shit.
Yeah, it's 100% desperate. Also, I think they saw the reaction to the Deadpool and Wolverine movie that brought a bunch of people back. Like they brought Blade back. They brought Channing Tatum as Gambit, who was supposed to be Gambit like 15 years ago, but his movie got canceled. They brought back a bunch of people, and they saw how big that was, and they said, you know what, let's just bring everybody back. But have you seen the rumors of who the new Black Panther is going to be?
Yes, it's supposed to be the British
Damson Idris from Snowfall.
Franklin.
Is rumored to be the new Black Panther. They asked him about this, and this is how I basically got confirmed for me. They asked him about it, and he said he gave like a very PR non-answer where he was like, I'm very honored that the fans, think I'm Black Panther. I really love the world. I love the people. I love Wakanda. He didn't say he's not Black Panther. And then he popped out and he had a very big suit on, which seemed like it was covering him getting more jacked for the role. So I think it's basically confirmed that this dude is probably going to be the new Black Panther. What do you think about that pick, man? You think it's going to be good?
I think so, man. I feel like he's a really good actor, man. I feel like he's super talented. I'm curious to see him in a big movie like this because, of course, he did. I think he was phenomenal in Snowfall. I think he played in a couple other big movies too. What's the F1? I think it was an F1 movie.
Yeah.
I heard he was okay in that movie. I ain't see the movie, but yeah, no, I think he's a pretty good actor, man. And he honestly looked like he could play a Black Panther. he looked like he could fit in that movie. So I'm not mad at that at all. I just honestly I didn't want to see that girl that what's her name?
Shuri, yeah.
Nah, I thought that was rough. Black Panther 2. I was good with the salute to Chadwick Boseman and all that. But nah, she can't hold down the movie herself, man. I think she's fine as the sidekick. But her being the main focus, I thought that was a big mistake. I think they needed somebody. Hell, they could have got Franklin from that guy to play in part 2. I would have been fine with that. But yeah, I'm totally on board with this.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. That actually would get me. That's probably the only thing that would get me interested in another Black Panther movie, because I didn't like the second one. And if this one has Damson in it, I'll be cool with it. I watch it. But yeah, I'm mainly tapped out on superhero movies now. I think they've been going too long at this point. This is every time I'm like, this is my last one, but there's always one that ropes me back in. This one might be the one that ropes me back in. But yeah, I'd be down for that, to see him play Black Panther. He's a good actor. He got the look for it. I'd be down with it. So yeah, I approve.
Yeah, same here.
So that's coming out in November of this year. I think there's a countdown on YouTube. I know there's some nerd out there who got that shit going on nonstop.
A countdown for what? Is it
the release of the movie?
The Avengers or Black Panther?
Yeah, Avengers. No, okay. Black Panther has not even been announced. I don't know if it's been announced yet or not what the new movie for Black Panther would be. But the new Avengers movie is coming out in November. And again, we don't even know the plot yet. I think the trailer will probably come out on Super Bowl Sunday. I think when the Super Bowl comes out, I think they'll unveil the first trailer of the new Avengers, because now it's been like little teasers, and you still don't know what the movie's about yet. You just see everybody who's coming back, and I think they're going to do the first official teaser at the Super Bowl or during the Super Bowl. So we'll see.
And you still got Spider-Man that's coming out too.
Yep.
Spider-Man coming out in July.
Yep. So a lot of MCU ain't dead yet, man. A lot of shit's still going on. So I might see that one too, because it got Punisher in it and all that shit. So I might have to go see a new Spider-Man. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Did you give up on Blade being remade?
Dog, I don't know if it was official, but I've seen it was basically canceled.
That's what I saw too. Yeah,
I saw it. I don't think there was an official statement made for it, but it looks like the movie has been official. The solo movie has been canceled, and they're gonna bring back Blade, but he'll be like in a group movie. He's not gonna have his own movie. So I'm not surprised. For some reason, of all the movies that were delayed or canceled or hard to make, I would think that would be the easiest movie for Marvel to make.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened there?
I have no idea.
I'm still confused. Like, how hard could it be? You made a Captain Marvel movie, which nobody ever heard of who the fuck Captain Marvel is.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who Ant-Man was, and you made 3 Ant-Man movies. How can you not make one Blade movie about a nigga who kills vampires? That's all you gotta do in the movie. Ain't gotta be no multiverse shit going on. All you gotta do is have a black man with a sword and guns killing vampires, and that's your movie.
They had 3. They already made 3 Blade movies, so it's not like you starting from. I mean, you kind of starting from scratch, I guess. But you
had the template.
It's not like you got to introduce this new character to people, and you got the template, man. You just got to remake it.
Yeah, I don't understand what happened there. It's so funny how they made the Guardians of the Galaxy work, but they couldn't make a Blade movie. It's so funny. It's sad, but it's funny. Like, how is this too hard for y'all?
Yeah.
So, Yeah. So apparently they will bring Blade back, but he's not. I think it's the Solo movie. And I'm pretty sure Marshala Ali has been, he's not going to do it at all
He
anymore.
probably done with that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I
probably
got
sick of
time
this
to be
shit
playing with
now.
y'all.
Exactly. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm not surprised it got canceled at this point. That might about do it, man. Don't want to hold you too long, man. Want to get you some rest and all this shit. Want to make sure everybody is doing well out there as well. Hope y'all enjoy the game on Sunday. Make sure to tap in, of course, to Sports Radio 610. 10 to 2 in the loop. I was catching the Figgy mixtape, man. I heard you talk about all the stuff that turned 20.
Oh yeah.
And when you said Cars, I was as shocked as you guys were. I had no idea Cars was 20 years old.
Yeah, I didn't. It felt like it felt like it just came out 5 years ago, man.
Yeah. But then I remember there was like 3 Cars movies. But yeah, it seems a lot more recent than that. So yeah, that took me for a surprise too.
Yeah.
But the Xbox 360 turned 20 years old.
Damn,
I think in November.
That turned 20?
In November 2025, the Xbox 360 turned, it might have been December, but it turned 20 years old.
Damn. Yeah, that's not even the original Xbox. The
360. Yeah.
This motherfucker is probably still playing the 360.
Yes. It's still online. Doc, I have the new Xbox, but all I do is play like old Xbox games on it because it got because I'm playing Saints Row and shit. And all these old ass games. I'm like, damn, these games are 20 years old, man.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Man.
Time flying by. And it's funny because you think of games that were made 20 years ago from 2006 in 1986. And it was like The Legend of Zelda on Nintendo.
Yeah.
Then we went from that to Saints Row to Gears of War to Halo. And 20 years after that, games don't look all that much better.
No, yeah. It's not that big of a difference because like right now, like it will be hard for me to sit there and play a game from 1986.
Yeah.
Like I would play that game for maybe about 10 minutes and I'm done. But you could play a Grand Theft Auto from 06. You could you could play some games around that time with no problem right now. And it's not like, oh man, this shit look like ass. Like, no, it's some games you can still play. Like some of the Hitman games. Remember Hitman?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Them games still look good.
Yep.
By the way, did you see the 007 that's coming out? It's
the game? Yeah, it looks good, man. It looks good.
That game looked real good. I can't wait to play that game.
Yeah, it looks good, man. I'm up, of course, wait till it goes on sale. I don't think I'm buying any game full price. I bought a lot of games over the holiday season that went on sale. I'm not buying no full price game unless it's Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm gonna have to buy that day one. But anything else, man, I'm not buying.
On sale, brother.
Yeah, no, hell nah, man, hell nah.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna buy Grand Theft Auto 6 day one. Anything else? These games cost $70, $80. Nah, I'm waiting until it's on scale for 30.
I'm with you on that, man, because I recently bought the new Madden and I thought I'd never buy it. I'm just like, man, for what? Like, I don't give a shit. And recently it was on sale for like $30 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, why not? I'm like, fuck it, I'll pay 30 on this. It was a couple other games that was just cheap. I'm like, shit, I'll buy it. I did buy a game. It's a racing game. And, I ain't into the racing games like that. But it was a newer racing game. I think I might have, did I pay full price for it?
Was it Forza?
It's a racing game.
On not Gran Turismo, is it?
I got to find it now. Damn. Let me see if I can find it.
Is it like a new race game?
Yeah, it's new. Yeah, it's newer. Let me see if
I can. Need for Speed, not Gran Turismo, not Forza.
I think it is Forza.
Oh, okay. It's a good game.
Yeah, that game was kind of fun, man. like for some reason, because I'll be now what I do, I YouTube all the games that might be interesting and just see the walkthroughs of it and people
That's smart.
Yeah, and I started playing that game. I'm like, that game kind of fun. I'm like, and you get some real cars too, not no bullshit cars. I'm like, I'm actually driving a Porsche. So I'm like, man, that game was actually fun. I think I got it. On sale too. So
That's a good game.
Yeah, I heard nothing but good reviews about that game too.
Yeah, I miss racing games, man. They used to make a lot of racing games back in the day. Now it's just like Gran Turismo and Forza, but and like the kiddie shit like Mario Kart. But there used to be a Ridge Racer was a good one that they don't make no more.
Remember Cruising USA?
Dog, I love that game.
I had both of those games, man.
I didn't have the Nintendo. My cousins are the ones who had the Nintendo 64, but I went over their house and I played that game. We loved it. Then I looked years later and I'm like, it got all these bad reviews from the magazines. I'm like, oh, it actually sucked, but we loved it as kids, man. I did it in the arcade too.
Yeah, no, it was a good game. I remember I was the first one in the hood with that game, man.
Yep.
A couple of us had Nintendo 64s, but I got the Cruising USA, and then I had the steering wheel with it too.
Yep.
So we were all at my house playing that game, man. Like, no, we used to love that game. And then
that shit was fire.
Yeah, and then for my birthday, I ended up getting Cruising World, which was a cool game too. Man, no, that game was fun.
It was, man. I think we played whenever I remember my cousins got an N64, and I think they had Mario, and I think they had Cruising USA. I think that was it, or maybe some sports game too. But yeah, we played Cruising USA a lot. It was a lot of fun. Miss some days, man.
Yeah,
but they don't really make racing games no more, man. They are just fucking. I don't know. They died out a little bit.
Yeah.
RIP racing games, man. Anyway, I think that about does it. We're almost at 3 hours, man. So let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Appreciate everybody who came by for the podcast, who kicked it with us today, man. We appreciate y'all. All y'all listening. Like I said, make sure you tap in with Figgy 10 to 2 Sports Radio 610 in the loop. Are you gonna? Well, there's no more home games, so you won't be at no tailgates anymore.
Yeah,
but,
unless the only way is a home game, the Texans got to win, obviously, and we got to root for the Bills. The Bills got to win. If the Bills beat whoever, I think they play Denver. If the Bills beat Denver and the Texans win, then the Texans get a home game.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hey, more motivation to have the Texans win and root for the Bills. Actually, I want the Bills, man. I want the Bills more than the Broncos. I feel like the Texans just have Josh Allen's number. Yeah. I think he's scared of his defense. So I want the Bills. I'm not going to lie. I want the Bills. So
yeah, me too. Yeah.
Hopefully that happens, man. We get you out there for the tailgate. So
yeah, that would be crazy. An AFC championship game at NRG Stadium.
First time ever, man.
And niggas better be in there early too.
Yes. No waiting or complaining. Nah, we
I want to hear nothing about no traffic.
Yeah.
We in Houston, we got stuff to do, or we taking it slow.
We fashionably late, like Durant said. Nah, fuck that. So yeah, looking forward to it, man. Go Texans. We'll see how things shake out this weekend. And until next time, y'all.
Peace.